I made it obvious that I want you to. All right, are we back? Dude, I got fucking taken down, man. It's tough. Jesus Christ Almighty. Are we back with the live stream, folks? Are we back? Let's check this out real quick. It's tough out there for Lalo. It's really difficult. How am I even alive still? Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyway, the most recent live stream got taken down, frankly. My most recent live stream got taken down. Okay. Let me make sure everything is working. All right. So we're live again. And, okay, that really knocked me off my rocker, so to speak. That was fucking insane. Okay. Is it working now? It said my bitrate was not working earlier, and it also said that I was streaming copyrighted material. I didn't know that they were being really gay about that, though. The host name is Charlemagne the God. I know that. I know it's the Breakfast Club. I really had no idea that was gonna happen. Holy cannoli. Okay, I'm live again. Holy shit. All right, we're back. Anyhow. Oh, hello, Provo. Enslaved by Truth. I saw that stream for a couple minutes, but it was ass. They were talking about religion. Not really my forte. I'm going to say that. So anyway, we were going to do some React content. Now, the main treatise got felted, obviously, because obviously there was a hindrance by the copyright rules, which is just really stupid to me because there's really no reason as to why. I mean, there really is no reason why I'm even alive, not being able to stream Nikki Haley getting destroyed, which is something that I can really enjoy. And it's a little React content, so original, will suffer. So I need to do React content because that's the pretext, okay? I need stuff to work off of, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. There's some stuff that I wanted to watch, which I think is actually pretty compelling. I saw Cenk debate Destiny on Israel-Palestine. That is somewhat interesting because what you see in that is ostensibly the fact that Destiny was low-key in the... Well, it's hard to parse who's in the right. The more I learn about Israel-Palestine, the more I'm resolute in being halfway between both sides. The fact is that, like, okay, on the Palestinian side, you clearly have a group of people that are going to be... I don't even know how to say it, man. Look, these people that are pro-Palestine, like Hassan Piker, these folks, aren't really gay. They are leftist, but more so, they're also irritable. They are making me piss. I'm seething at all times. You're also coming around. See, I also wanted to react to Charlie Kirk on the fucking whatever podcast, but guess what? I got a copyright on that one. I was 4 hours deep into my reaction the last time I tried that, like 6 months ago, and it blew up in my fucking face, man. It was so bad. So, like, this is the Claymore stream. It seems like it's tough. Recently I've been trying to like gas myself up to do like a fake Riz of Torsha, who's this like 4 out of 10 done up like Vegas girl. She's like 10 years older than me. I was into it. Now, she is horrible. She, typically would be of the sort of mind that is kind of like more open to things is what I would hope to be. But then she's also like hating men. And she's like one of these acolytes of Rollo Tomasi, who himself is like this washed red pill guy, garbage. So you see that sort of thing. And basically, I'm like, okay, well, should I call into this? And then it's like a bunch of losers on there. So I'm like, okay, it should be pretty easy for me to get on. And then all of a sudden, what you'll notice right off the bat is that, no, it's tough. Okay, she was live recently. I saw it. She was really drunk at a bar. And I kind of want to see this because what happens? Does she die? It ended. It's an hour long. Did she die in this? Would be compelling. All right. So we also have a little bit of stuff that I did today. Today, let me think of what I did. Well, the facial hair is somewhat different, right? Let's get some commentary on the facial hair. I am starting to grow it here, which I had not noticed the last time I grew this out in the summer. But I don't know if I should make it a full, what'd you call it, a goatee, this thing? Shit is brazy over here, okay? It's tough. Anyhow. So we're going to react to Torsha. I'm going to do it because I've not done it before, as well as the reason being that obviously it's kind of a...
You want to do Fireball?
Okay, the thing about Torsha is that, like I said, she's a 4 out of 10. I'll stand on that business, and We're going to see her drunk getting rizzed up. All right.
I got murder on my mind.
1827. This song's flat.
So, okay, this is interesting, right? So, again, imagine you're pushing 30, you're at a club filming yourself, okay? Now, this is awesome because no other girl does this, okay? So, again, you might think, what's the utility in people like Grace, people like Torsha? It's because they do shit that other girls wouldn't do, and this is interesting.
Car.
Shit slaps. Slaps so hard.
Yeah.
Super silky smooth.
Okay, so like if you pay attention, she has like the basic white girl look, right? So you would think like if you squint your eyes and you look at her from like 100 feet away, you'd be like, oh, hot, big titty white girl. But you pay closer attention, you look past the makeup, which smooths the features. Her eyes are too far apart and her nose is ginormous, okay? Now, again, I'm not even hating, I'm just pointing it out.
Did you watch the trial? You want another fireball?
Do you not? I don't know. Just thinking of activities.
Jadeite McSwag says, oh boy, 2 a.m. Yeah, last time I saw you were in the rep stream. What's up?
Body fucking homicide.
There's a count. 18,000 shots. There's a. I wonder if that goes up. Look, you see it? That's fucking wild. I've never seen that. No, on the fireball sign. Look, 18,578 shots, sir. Does that go up? I want to know. That's wild. They got no.
Again, so she's doing a stream, not paying attention to the chat at all, if there is any chats. And again, listening to music, so the audio is horrible. She's talking to some guy, and there's nothing crazy going on. Your call with rep was fire. Big man. Oh, dude, I forgot about... Okay, I'm going to watch that shit. I forgot about that. Dude, I literally forgot about that. Holy shit. I should watch that. Yeah, dude, that was fire. That was fire. Yeah. Jack was like... Jack was coping.
You want to do fireball?
Yeah, Jack's like, damn, they all like you in the chat. I'm like, yeah, nigga, thoughts? Okay, so it's going to be Red Eagle. Wait, it's in my search history, actually. Is there anything weird in here? We're going to see. ESPN, prank videos, Nikki Haley shit, Breakfast Club, Liberal Hive Mind, The Electoralist, CBS, ABC News. Okay, I found it.
Clint Eastwood about to
Fuck, I clicked on the wrong thing. Dude, I'm such an idiot. Fuck me in the at. Okay, hold on. I need to find it. Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, I'm going to change the title of the stream to my call into the Red Eagle Politics stream reaction. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of a meta thing, but I totally need to see this because Jack was like, oh, you should make a video with your segment from the show. And I told him I would do it, and then I literally forgot. So I might as well just do it live now. Hence why there's nothing better to do. I had it in my mind to stream as of a couple hours ago. But then, you know, it's like, well, the jacuzzi's on. I'm getting in. So I was in the jacuzzi for like an hour and a half. Then I get out. See like what the Thor people are doing. Nothing interesting. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm doing it myself. And here we are on the rep stream. There we go. Okay. Let's load this shit. I have an Acer Nitro 500 from like 2019. I see yourself in the chat, Jadeite. Okay, let's load this in. You know, it'll take an eternity. I mean, this is like having a fucking Windows Vista computer circa 2012, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, really? No, I'm just being stood up. I'm being ghosted by my computer. Won't load the damn stream. All right, buddy. Come on. Biden is brownout. Is a brownout. What does that even mean? A brownout?
A bunch of people. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but it's informative content, good content. Appreciate it. But we are going to move on to some of the other callers.
All right,
but
man.
Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
No, no problem. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. We'll go to let's see. We have people that have been waiting for a long time.
I was waiting in here for
We
like
have, I think,
40
3
minutes, by the way.
people.
Holy shit. Okay, let's move it along. Let's get this guy to work for a nigga. Come on. Come on. Come on.
A hard-fought election for sure. So, anyways, I appreciate the call. We are going to move on. I think we're going to take one more call. This will be the last call for super chats, though. We have 856.
Of course, he's got to grift. I respect the grift. Got to let him grift. Okay. All right. Come on. Come on. This is really like when you're reeling in a fish and you get over like the hump part and you're just going like this and it's burning. Jesus.
Say they'll use abortion as a wedge issue. Fine, they're going to try. I mean, they need one wedge issue. All candidates tend to have one or another, but still. We have more super chats. Mitchell Ryan says, can Trump appeal the verdict? I think he's already appealing the verdict in the Carroll case. I don't think he's going to owe a cent of it before the election either way because of how he's going to appeal it.
Shut the fuck up. But these super chats are so mid, by the way.
I don't think he would want to run in the first place in 2028. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it either. So, let's see. Based Cato says, thoughts on the Cori Bush DOJ.
God damn. Take your time. Holy shit.
Other than the stream moderator / frequent long-term caller.
We back. I found it. We're back. Dude, let's go. Finally. Holy shit. Okay, here it is. I get a good 10 minutes in.
Or no. So, anyways, that's it for super chats for now. If you guys want to send them in, we might be able to. One more caller. We have none other than the stream moderator / frequent long-term caller. Lalo is here. He's in the building. What's going on?
Yo, what's up? What's your question that you've asked every single other person thus far?
That I'm sure you already know very well. But,
right.
All right, yeah, here we go. So, are you more confident or less confident about Trump's chances than you were a few months ago? And why do you feel that way? What do you see going on? What is the vibe check over, in the state of Arizona, another swing state? We've had Texas callers, we've had Pennsylvania, we've had all around. What are you seeing in the great southwestern battleground?
So if we look at the Grand Canyon, one of these great wonders of the world, we see a chasm and an utter ravine. That's basically an analogy for the gap between Donald Trump and Joe Biden in this upcoming election. Where previously, and just overall, just looking at this great chasm, just a big gap. You've never seen this before. We've seen Donald Trump run the board almost in 2020 when he was down 4% of the popular vote. We're looking at a guy leading by 1 or 2. And there's no way it's just consolidated in California. Right. Okay, so he's leading by a lot. This fucking dickweed, by the way. Smug bastard corrects me. See how he's laughing? God damn. At that point, how the hell is Biden going to win? Also, keep in mind, when Joe Biden was on the ballot in 2020, his favorability was about neutral and Trump's was negative. Now they're both in the mud. And I think Trump is the stronger pig. And, if you're looking at that, then it's pretty obvious that Joe Biden has no more lipstick to put on the pig, which is his administration. What is the playbook? At this point, he's getting older. He's atrophying. Basically, the defense is running out of steam. He cannot, the press, who's sweeping it up for him? Before you had a hot blonde in Kayleigh McEnany. Now who do you have? You have, nobody knows, some Caribbean name. You've got Jen Psaki before that, all forgettable. We're looking at the roster of Democrats. You have a dollar store Patrick Bateman and Gavin Newsom, who got destroyed by DeSantis. It's a mess. When we're looking at other places, we're looking at the swing states. We're not seeing any sort of big grassroots presence at all for the Democrats. Even when we're looking at Arizona, the Democrats aren't even funding these people. These grassroots canvassers or whatnot are paying less than the Republicans. You think the Democrats are big money? Apparently, a handful of billionaires with the GOP is doing just fine.
Well, they've been.
See, I'd react more, but I mean, this is just a chasm between all the other callers on the stream previous to me and myself. He made me wait until last because he wanted me to talk the longest, and I got a good 10 minutes. I mean, I'm agreeing with everything this genius is saying thus far. I mean, it's crazy. I called into a stream for like the first time when I was still in high school, like 4 years ago. And I mean, it's a big difference in the voice tonality. Like, my voice is decent now, whereas before it was all, it was like not fully developed, but it is what it is.
They've been raising money like crazy in some of these state parties. I know that. But you're saying that they've got a volunteer shortage, or that they're not getting the competitive pay, or
Bro,
okay.
Let's think of Joe Biden, strongest soldier, and we're not talking about some fentanyl addict at Arby's. We're talking about somebody such as Harry Sison.
I got this nigga laughing.
See, that's the way to make something funny that isn't funny. You got to just be really specific in what you say, and it'll work every time. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Let's think of Joe Biden, strongest soldier, and we're not talking about some fentanyl addict at Arby's. We're talking about somebody such as Harry Sison. We're talking about these, gender neutral people that are basically Destiny fans, and they somehow, through their Adderall prescription or whatever else is conducing them to speak the way they do, they talk in this fast manner, are indecisive in their thoughts, and they basically communicate a message of that Joe Biden's their president. That makes no sense to anybody with two testicles. And mind you, we have a president right now with an approval rating in the 30s. We're talking about a guy who cannot string a sentence together, who will probably not debate Donald Trump, and that just in overall broad strokes is not going to paint well with the electorate. We're talking about an electorate who just barely voted him in with no enthusiasm. Now it's negative enthusiasm. Everybody hates. I mean, they hate Donald Trump, but at least some people love him. The people that hate Joe Biden, there's nobody who loves Joe Biden. And as one of your callers before, and you have the greatest callers, by the way, one of these brilliant people said, yeah, so true. See, he laughed because he knew that wasn't fucking true. We're just lying.
Uh-huh.
So these teenagers, they're smart because they go and they said, you know what? Uncle Joe is no more, he has no riz. Hunter Biden's at least kind of cool and evil. Joe Biden's just straight up evil. Just think about it that way.
It's true.
Kamala Harris has the reception to the American people as like a cockroach does to light. I mean, it's like she's trying to appease everybody, trying to show up in front of everybody's face. It just really doesn't work. And when we're talking about this election, we're talking about one in which the funding gap won't be as big. When we're talking about this, see, I'm using intonation. See, a lot of people that I hear in politics do not use intonation. They don't really make a demarcation in the way that they enunciate words. So they don't have charisma. Again, what I'm saying when I'm playing it back to myself isn't as interesting as it was when I was speaking it in person. But when you really just compare it to anybody else, you have these high IQ autistic white kids on the internet. They really do not have the sort of pizzazz as some gay theater kid would say about like in comparison to what I'm doing. Okay. And I have a lot of problems still. I talk too fast. I always catch myself like not having something to say. So I come up with filler words. That's when you do freestyle rap, you got to come up with filler. When you are making Dragon Ball Z episodes, you got to put filler arcs, okay? When we're looking at the chat as well, you'll notice right away, it says North Star State Politics. Again, these are the sort of people that watch rep, okay? It's a bunch of like ex-state politics, ex-state American, okay? North Star State Politics says, North Star State Politics, okay? So if you have a stutter, you can't say the name. Lalo has had quite the transformation. So these people have been watching me for years. And they're like, holy shit, wow. It's like when your grandma spends a year without seeing you and it's like, oh my God, you got taller. Please. I'm old to the point where they no longer say I'm getting taller. Tough. This upcoming election, we're speaking in the real vicinity of a turning point for this country. We're talking about an administration of which is going to be staffed with nothing but the best people going forward. You're
better than last time.
Yes. We're coming in with basically foreknowledge. Imagine if you could start a game knowing the result, knowing what play to run. At that point, going on fourth down and other stupid decisions won't bite you in the ass. So when we're talking about Donald Trump,
that was
a
Detroit Lions reference. Okay, he had to suffer. He had to suffer through that reference. You will suffer. Keep going.
Off the swamp. The alligators, they're going to be seething, mauling. He's pouring salt in that swamp. They're going to have to cry all the way down through DC. It's looking really pathetic. And when we're talking about the positivity, we're talking about a base that does not want to vote any more than ever before. We're talking about enthusiasm through the roof. There's no bigger distinction between a guy who's vivacious in his... Okay, this is somewhat weird. This guy, Jake CB, says, this guy's giving me a stiffy for females. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm giving this guy a boner for women. What? So am I helping? What? Is that like a diss against me? I'm making him horny for women? So is he saying that I'm so good at speaking, but I'm feminine that he wants to fuck me, therefore women? Is that the point? That doesn't even make sense at all. Like, am I tripping? Also, James Metcher says Lalo's good. Facts, my nigga. All right. New campaign slogan unlocked. Biden has no risk, says Daniel Bayer. Real. No, unironically. You say that sort of shit, but the frat guys, they laugh. It's funny. 70s versus a guy who's turned down and bickered out and basically a light that has died in Joe Biden's mind. In his 80s, okay?
It's like a brownout.
Oh yeah, it's a brownout. It's tough.
Yeah.
Are just
there's no light. It's just barely there, barely. It's not
real.
Yeah.
See, he interrupted me. It was a low IQ interruption. Okay, it was like, what the fuck, really? Provo's dropping the second like. Well, thank you. There's 3 likes now, boy. Okay, so yeah, so he interrupts me with something about brownouts, something I hardly know about. That's like a white people term. Brownouts, like electricity circuits that don't make it basically there's like outages or something. Okay, well, he interrupts me, completely fucks up my sentence. Let's see how I recover the fumble. Joe Biden really personality-wise is feeling like that stuff between a couch cushion. It's really just something you don't want to deal with. And so there's really no article. There's no way that you cannot be confident for this election. And if Trump does lose this election, then just give up because like you even made the point in 28. If he lost to Biden, how the hell are you even going to like justify that? I mean, it's literally brownout is right before a blackout. Google it. Wait, really? I thought no. I thought it had two meanings. I thought brownout was an electrical outage thing, and then brownout as in like when you're losing memory before a blackout. Okay, never mind. Really, we make it or we die at this point politically. It is insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, you have a guy in there who is just not liked, and his coalition's not sustainable. It was never sustainable. And now that he's been in office and the country has gone down the drain, people realize that he doesn't have the support. Trump is somebody that is polarizing, but I think enough people would want him back to the point where I think he is the favorite, and that's what all of the data is showing. So, anyways, okay, go on.
Son of a bitch. Imagine trying to cut me off, you motherfucker. So he knew he fucked up. He knew he fucked up when he was trying to cut me off. Son of a bitch. Say, let me give the devil's advocate position, right? So let's come up. You know, I'm Alan. Suffer. You suffer. I will talk, bitch. Dershowitz. I'm a millionaire lawyer. Okay, let me defend Joe Biden. What is the copes in 2024? You have an economy that is doo-doo. You have fake stats. Real? People be like, unemployment's lower than Trump. Just say that out loud. See how it feels. Say that with your chest, Biden supporters. Really? The unemployment's not as bad as it was under Trump? How does that even make sense? Ultimate Destiny killer, by the way. People like Destiny will be like, oh, the unemployment is lower than it was under Trump. And I'm like, okay, well, repeat that. Say it out loud and say it with your chest. Say it with your chest and see how it feels. That's some bull jive. Really? Oh, the unemployment's lower. What does that implicate? Well, it implies that things are better. They're not. So this unemployment number is either cockamamie or it doesn't have much bearing on the rightful economy that we were supposed to have as Americans. Low unemployment, low inflation, high GDP growth. Instead, we have virtually no growth, high interest rates, high inflation, and low unemployment. That's odd. More so, again, who had low unemployment? The Soviet Union, okay? Concentration camps, low unemployment, economically garbage, obviously. So just think about it that way, okay? Just because unemployment is low doesn't mean things are okay. And even still, the unemployment is fake. That number is fake under Joe Biden because a lot of people dropped out of the people that used to work under Trump just gave up or leeching off their parents or whatever have you. Why is the economy so stagnant? Biden boom, by the way, says Jadeite. Jadeite also says that they count second jobs and people getting their jobs back after COVID as job creations. Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. Why is inflation and interest rates so bad? It literally makes no sense. They're making numbers. They're pulling it out of their rectum, and it's like they're hiding a prison shiv in there. I mean, it's just disgusting to think about. Then when we're considering other factors, okay, so what are the defenses? Well, Joe Biden's going to run on what? Stability? What stability? We're talking about foreign policy wins. Which ones? And when you're talking about what, an infrastructure act, have we seen any of this infrastructure being constructed? You could say, well, the funding's there. It'll be done in 10 years. But will Joe Biden be alive to tout and cut the ribbon at the bridge?
Statistics show otherwise, yeah.
Right. And so nobody's going to care viscerally. When we're talking about the people that drink beer and work construction and voted for Biden in 2020, do we see these Fetterman voters coming out for Joe? They're not.
Nope.
And when we're talking about things he'll run on, okay, what is he going to run on? Healthcare reform? How could he actually push that? Seriously, like even if he wanted that to happen, the voters know he doesn't have the support to do it, or he would have already tried that. And so, On Point Politics says whoever's on air is on fire. True. Evergreen Guy says we need a speaker like this. True. Facts. Yes. So there's nothing. What is he going to cut taxes? There's no way he can propose something like that. That number one wouldn't blow up the party, but also would be somehow outstaking or outbetting Trump on cutting taxes. And so, like, I literally don't have a single platform for him to run on other than abortion, which in and of itself is not something that he has much control over to begin with. True. And so we're really talking about an election where he's mathematically screwed and everybody who's not confident needs to join the bandwagon. Evergreen Guy says he's better than Ben Shapiro. I am better than Ben Shapiro. Easily, folks. Noble gold, folks. Israel, we need to bomb the shit out of Palestinians. And bet while the gooding's good. All right? It's all positive from here on out. Trust the plan.
All right. Well, very high energy call from none other than the infamous Lalo. Thank you very much, but that's the last call of the evening. So We have still 803 in chat. A couple more super chats. I missed SM.
800 people live watching me. No pressure, right? There we go. I mean, real. I own that shit. I killed it. Jadeite says Biden is going to unite the country by villainizing half the country with a red background. I mean, that is real.
W Physicist chat as he super chatted, and as well as Dova. But I apologize for that. I guess it just got lost in the super chat saying, what state has the best Republican delegation in terms of both voters and representatives? Well, I mean, Arizona's got some good representatives. There's probably a few other good states you could point to that I can't think of off the top of my.
Okay, I'll play it on mute so that we can see what the chat says. I obviously show my shit as well. We have Trump and Biden should stay away from the White House. Why do you hate Trump, Christopher Escobedo? I'm a diehard Trump fan. Die hard. Okay, it doesn't get any more real. The glaze doesn't get any more prophetic. I mean, it's insane how much I like Donald Trump. It's crazy. Proto-Man subbed to my channel. Nice. Okay. Yeah. It's Legend says, get Lalo on radio or TV. Facts. Yeah, I should be on either. I do better on TV, obviously, because my voice is average. I look above average, though. Evergreen Guy says Lalo needs to start his own political channel. Well, little did this guy know I had a whole lot of shit in my channel. Yeah. Yep. So I'm shilling my own shit like usual. Just being prolific, honestly. I mean, it's hard, honest work. Wow. So, I mean, a lot of the comments are super political. You have no idea. And overall, when you're looking at, I am still a little bit jilted over not having to do this Nikki Haley reaction. I was going to do it. And look at me just suffering. Suffer. God told me to suffer. Okay, Sean Romero subbed on my channel. Just checking this. What else is going on in here? Look at how long these fucking comments are. Somebody linked me a whatever happened to Jared Fogle from Subway. Okay, I'll watch that, I guess. Holy. Okay, shout out Jared Fogle. Right? You guys remember when the footlongs were $5 like 15 years ago? Now they're like, what, 11? What the fuck happened, folks? Jared Fogle. Whatever happened to Jared Fogle? Okay. Let's go. The more I do live streaming, the more I realize it's basically like if you were to try to steal a plane out of Fort Sancudo, it's not going to work 85% of the time, but it works enough for you to keep trying. All right. Anyway, let's open this up. 5.9 million views. Holy shit. It looks like he has lipstick on this fucking thumbnail for whatever reason. I really don't know why. Anyway, so we're going to open this up. 22-minute video. Oh, shit. It's long.
You may have seen him on the news or a talk show.
They call him J-Rod. I made that up. So he's a child molester or something like that. People are saying that he fucked up his whole flow just because of some child porn. Crazy. Insane. Disavow. All right. It won't even play. You know, it's not my night today.
Subway's great tasting sandwiches. Jared believes in an active lifestyle, including lots of walking. At the heart of Jared's routine are Subway sandwiches.
Hey, Jared.
Remember Jared from Subway?
At Subway, you can choose from 7 sandwiches with 6 grams of fat or less, and they all taste great. Food for thought.
Jared had the cream of the crop opportunity. All he had to do was just stand there, smile, hold up those big
Bruh.
ass monster pants, but he couldn't even do that. Jared ended.
I hate the way this guy looks overall. Okay, let's just start off, right? So he has a Pablo Picasso thing, which I guess is like, I don't even know if that's in poor taste. I just don't care. Metasploit for beginners. So I guess he's trying to learn how to do the keyboard, which is super gay to me. I fucking hate that shit. Oh, look, I can develop a talent. I mean, you're not going to be Beethoven. You're not going to be good. Just get good at talking. You have one job. Okay? This guy has a video with 6 million views, yet is going to spend his time on a fucking keyboard. Okay? Like, if you're going to be smart, play video games like me. And also, let's look at the other aesthetics, okay? You've got a light that's bouncing off of the wall. Why even have this? It's a distraction, okay? You see this? This right here. And if we're also looking at, for example, this is what I'm pointing to, by the way, a guitar. Why do you have a guitar? Are you that good? Probably not. This picture, I don't know what that is. This globe, why? What's this apple thing? This square, what is that? These set of flowers, what the fuck is this? Okay? So I'm confused.
Ended his career the same way he started it, trying to get into smaller pants. Today we're talking
That's not funny.
about the rise and fall of Jared Fogle.
Didn't this guy recently behead his father? Not this one. Not this one. No, it's like another white guy. This guy's brown of some sort. I don't know what.
We are talking about some very...
Okay, he edits fucking Dr. Phil. Oh my god, it's so quirky. Who gives a fuck, man? Seriously?
disturbing content today.
You know, sometimes they'll say like, oh, this is white people shit. But I mean, it's even worse. This guy's brown acting white. Plus, this guy has like the worst comb over ever, by the way. And he wants me to hate on Jared Fogle.
Now, Jared Fogle was born in Indianapolis, Indiana in 1977. And like any kid at the time, he loved video games. So much so that he would sit there for hours playing his Nintendo, eating chips and sweets, and just being lazy. And it got to the point to where when he attended Indiana University...
Are you guys seeing all the subtle flaws in his face? I mean, the eyebrow. Look, first of all, this one is longer than the other one. That's very disconcerting. You're looking at the hair. The hair is fucking terrible. He needs to comb it upwards. You need volume in the hair. And teeth are jagged. He has an underbite. If you look here, the alignment of the teeth, when we're looking at the hair not growing at all, the mustache is thicker than is the beard. The beard is not even going above an inch into his fucking cheeks, which I've never seen such a weak beard before. And a Patagonia sweater, which I'm not going to criticize. But then the collar is too short as well.
He weighed an impressive 425 pounds. Now, on an average day, Jared would drink up to 15 cans of soda while also inhaling 10,000 calories. Jared was unable to walk around campus. He couldn't keep up with the kids. So as a New Year's resolution, Jared was going to lose some weight and choose to start eating right at Subway because, as he put it, he lived 10 steps away from the nearest Subway. He started eating his 2 sandwiches a day, exercising a bit more, and
that literally doesn't make sense unless he lived right next to it.
Surprisingly, within 11 months, he had actually lost 245 pounds. He
That's fucking nuts.
literally became half the man he was, losing more than half of his body weight. Now, people started to notice Jared's insane weight loss, and one of his roommates wrote a piece about him that landed Jared on the front page of the school newspaper in April 1999. And then miraculously, Men's Health picked up the story and headlined Jared in an article called Stupid Diets That Work. And from that point, the Jared diet became a phenomenon. Now, executives at Subway caught wind of the story, and they saw dollar signs within the Jared diet. So right out of school, at 22 years old, Subway struck...
Look, this guy's giving you the synopsis. He's getting millions of views, and yet there's no charisma in what he's saying. This is like resentment, okay? Because obviously I don't have that clout. This guy is not as talented as I, and yet his production quality is not even that much better than mine. I could realistically do the same thing, okay? And he's getting all these views. I mean, it's a luck thing. There's probably 10 other people that have covered Jared Fogle, the pedophile, and done it more interestingly, and yet this is the one with the most views.
Struck a deal with Jared that would change his
Bro,
life
if I were him, I wouldn't even show my fucking face, man. The guy's ugly. And his voice isn't even good either. He should have paid somebody to narrate, and he could have edited it.
They were going to pay him $1.1 million a year to be the celebrity endorser for Subway. So they started out with an ad campaign talking about his weight loss and his whole journey. And the first one with the Jared diet premiered in early 2000. Now, these early ads just showed Jared as the everyday Joe.
Hi, Jared here.
Just trying to eat healthy.
Jared.
More meat.
Eating his 2 sandwiches a day. Super relatable.
Subway. Eat fresh.
And then at the very end, he would hold up those famous size 60 pants. Now, he was in more than 300 Subway commercials.
Hi. Oh, hey there. Hi, I'm Jared, the Subway guy. Just Jared's fine. And this is my story.
Wrote an autobiography, even wrote a children's book. That's not going to be weird in the future. And he became a motivational speaker.
Who fucking care? Oh, he wrote a children's book and he was a pedophile. Okay, so, again, such so low-hanging fruit. I would never make that joke. That's like too obvious.
Pulling in tens of thousands of dollars for an appearance. Jared, he had become a multi-millionaire before the age of 25. Now, I can't understate how much Jared had a cultural impact. He was grand marshaling NASCAR races. Jimmy Fallon played him in an SNL parody skit, and he carried...
That doesn't mean shit, dude. What? Oh, Jimmy Fallon parodied him. That doesn't even matter.
2002 Olympic torch through Indiana. And he was the...
Who the fuck cares?
...centerpiece of a South Park episode.
Well, eating sub sandwiches was a
okay.
big part of it. But the way that I lost so much weight was that I got AIDS.
That's actually
and
pretty
Jared,
funny.
who had been kind of a loser and never had a date before in his life, had gotten hitched to a pediatric nurse and was in a happy, dependable, loving marriage. It wasn't all roses, though. There were some criticisms. It was discovered by doctors and nutritionists that the Jared diet was actually just a 1,000-calorie-a-day diet.
I'm on the Subway diet, and she just...
No shit alert. No shit alert. No shit. Why is this even news? Yeah, obviously.
orders whatever she wants from Subway whenever she feels like it. It doesn't work that way.
AKA starving yourself to death. So Subway then...
Why? No, you fucking imbecile. If you eat 1,000 calories a day, you're not starving yourself at all when you're weighing 400 pounds, you stupid fuck. Again, this twink has no clue what it's like to lose weight. You're basically starving yourself, says the guy with his fucking cross eyes talking about like anything with any modicum of confidence. You gotta be shitting me.
Legally had to put disclaimers in all of their ads stating, talk to a doctor first. Then they had an issue a statement saying that Subway...
This is so gay, by the way. I don't know if this is a legal thing. It probably is, but like, again, this is like more white people shit. Only in America, by the way. Consult a doctor. Like, no. And people like, oh, don't trust me for gambling advice. No, yes, actually do, because why else are you talking? Look, this is what I'm betting on. This is my logic. This is why betting on this is a good idea, but also do not take my advice. No, yes, actually. Nobody's ever said, well, I'm going to give you advice on girls, but also don't take my advice because of legal reasons. No. It should be the same way with health, okay? There should be no disclaimers ever in regards to this thing, okay? Oh, the Subway diet. Oh, but consult your doctor. What the fuck? Do I look rich? What? Consult your doctor. Do I have Obamacare?
Didn't even endorse the Jared diet because he was literally just eating 2 6-inch subs a day, skipping breakfast, working out. Now for Subway, this was insane. They were going to base their entire brand identity on some random guy from Indiana who had some weight loss story eating their sandwiches. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Delicious. Can't do it all the time. Yeah.
Okay, I'm retitling my stream Jared Fogle Riz Review. Hopefully I won't get in trouble for it. But I want to clickbait it. I think this is kind of funny. I think I found a good angle with this thing. I'm going to exploit the shit out of it, okay? It's going to be Jared Fogle Riz Review. Whoa, buddy. This is funny. Okay, this is going to be good. All right. We're back.
But to Subway, this was a great idea at the time. Just within 10 years of Jared being there, he had tripled Subway's yearly revenue from $3.1 billion to $11.4 billion. Or as the chief marketing officer of Subway said, Jared is woven into the fabric of the brand and is an essential part of the family. That's not going to come back to bite him in the ass.
What a weak piece of commentary. That's not going to bite him in the ass, said the guy with the weakest jaw in the pot. Like, Jesus. Hide your kids, chapter 2. Okay, man, really? Also, this kid is balding, by the way. Or am I tripping? I don't know. This kid is balding.
What a great fit for Subway and to team up with Little League and with these kids that are so impressionable early on in their life.
People to do is to go on the internet, go to subwaykids.com. Subwaykids.com. There's a link on there that you can start bidding on these balls.
The more you're around Little League, the more you're impressed with the things they're doing with these younger kids.
I may be on my hands and knees. Subway.
Now with Jared's fame and fortune, he wanted to give back to the community. So he started a foundation in 2004 to fight childhood obesity, where they would go into elementary schools and high schools and educate children on eating fresh.
In 2004, Fogle established the Jared Foundation, an organization aimed at eliminating childhood obesity. In 2006, RTV6 interviewed Fogle as he hosted a charity outing with Hoosier Children, the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis, calling him a role model.
And honestly, it's a pretty worthy cause, helping kids get healthy, and who would really know better than Jared, the guy that lost 245 pounds. Jared was then traveling to hundreds of elementary schools a year, showing off those size 60 jeans, wowing children across the nation, making visits from the foundation on Oprah, the Today Show, the Super Bowl. Jared even said at this time, "I'm surprised my 15 minutes of fame aren't up yet." And again, with the
Okay, you're derailing me. So, okay, 3 chats from Grace. She says, low viewership, why am I tripping? Okay, low viewership, Lalo's back. The fuel when a sex offender has more riz than you. Stop reading my chats and smirking. Okay, there you go. Look, I was trying to think of a joke in regards to this thing. Okay, the elementary school. Okay.
Foundation, it wasn't really what it was cracked up to be. The whole foundation really was more of an image enhancement for Jared, judging from their spending. The charity raised $650,000 between 2008 and 2013, but it only just donated $145,000 to fight obesity in that same time period.
Okay, but who cares though? You only donated such amounts. Like, virtually everybody who criticizes these donations by the rich people donate nothing themselves, which is actually cool because donating is kind of gay, because realistically speaking, a lot of these foundations do jack squat. I mean, these are tax write-offs at the end of the day.
Period. The foundation paid more out to its director than it did actually spending promoting the health of children. So sure, celebrity makes some scammy charity to just promote their own image. What is new, really? But what the foundation did do was this put Jared in a position where he could have access to children. At this point in Jared's life, he was on top of the world, the talk of the town, had millions of dollars. So Jared started to indulge himself. He started having some affairs outside of his marriage. You had one woman, Rochelle, who he met through a radio interview, and they would go on these romantic getaways. Then there was Subway store owners, Jared groupies, all who he was hooking up with. And Jared was living the high life until...
Okay, so he's hooking up with middle-aged women. Again, I think most pedophiles are kind of like only into children though. So if he's into middle-aged girls, it kind of makes you question, what are those beards? And like, if you're choosing a beard and you're a millionaire, would you I mean, that fat blonde girl, really? Kind of crazy. And then you've got Grace saying, yeah, bro, if you want to think hard enough, you'll definitely think of a funny joke. Just keep working on it, brother. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. White emojis, and then also make them gains.
It's going to be one of the watershed days in financial markets history.
Now, 2007 was a pretty bad year for Jared. He had the recession, the economy crashing, and Subway was kind of feeling that this whole Jared story was pretty played out. They had done it for almost a decade at this point. So they decided to go in a new advertising direction. Jared could still remain visible on the whole touring circuit and whatnot, but the TV commercials, they'd be gone in favor of Subway's new famous $5 footlong ad. Now,
Dude, wow, dude, his hairline is so bad.
It's really started to show at this point. That happy marriage he had, it was really a sham. His wife actually fled the marriage after 5 years and even filed a restraining order against Jared, saying that he had become controlling and had a mean streak in him. Interesting enough, when his wife filed for the divorce, the reason she gave was that the marriage was irretrievably broken, maybe from the affairs or something else. Now, with the divorce...
Okay, wait, hold on. He literally said maybe from the affairs, but in a robotic voice, as if it were to be funny, which it doesn't, like, no.
Before Subway changing their advertising, Jared had a lot more free time on his hands. You know what they say, idle hands are the devil's playthings. So Jared started taking...
What the fuck? Wait. Okay, what was this sort of thing right here?
More free time on his hands. You know what they say, idle hands are the devil's...
What's the best way to get fucked up for under $5? What is this from? I'm kind of curious. And the answer would be Everclear, right?
Playthings. So Jared started taking more business trips to get himself active for the foundation. Now he was doing hundreds of these elementary school presentations across the United States.
Hey, it's Angie with News OK. I am here at Tinker Elementary with Jared from Subway. He does have a last name, but we love just saying Jared from Subway. Anyway, he is here at Tinker Elementary to chat with the kids. Tell us what you're doing with the kids.
You know,
let me see. This is an amazing review, said Grace sarcastically. Really scathing critiques and funny humor, riveting content. He said that in a robotic voice and the joke didn't really work. Wow, amazing analysis. Sponge says her relentless criticism and mocking and tearing your character apart is her love language, lolo. Jadeite says some Adult Swim show, I think. In reference to what? Grace is being a cunt. Serving cunt.
one of my big passions is getting to kids and
Sponge,
speaking to them.
are you right? Who cares? Love language, nigga. What is she? 8 years old? Oh, I'm gonna pick on you. Okay.
About my story a little bit, and I think we all know that childhood obesity is such a huge.
Now, the day
The
before
devil. Oh, dude, I remember. Okay, okay, great. Okay, do you remember what it was though? Yeah, the Adult Swim show. Yes, this was like, I was like a little kid. Do you remember what that was? The Adult Swim show with the devil.
This big presentation.
Holy shit! I need to
Jared's
look
at
this
a bar,
up.
and he meets this guy named Russell Taylor. They start shooting the shit, getting to know each other, and you know, it was nice for Jared. He'd always do these trips solo, so it was, you know, refreshing to have some company alongside. And this Taylor guy, he really took a liking to him. He had a wife, he had 2 kids, and Taylor was already working for a children's nonprofit. So Jared invited him out to dinner and asked him for help on writing a speech that he had to give the next day. So Taylor agreed, helped him write the speech. Jared gave the speech. It was a smashing success. Everyone was clapping. And just the day after, Jared came up to Taylor and asked him for more help and told him that he would make it worth his while. And it wasn't too long.
Your pretty face is going to hell is a show. That's weird. Grace says, I've been stuck with a loud, angry man-child who's been moaning about his neck for close to 3 weeks. Cut me some slack. Suffer, Grace. Suffer, bish. First of all, I don't care. Second of all, I don't care. Third, what do you think a fucking mom does? Crying baby, shit. Like, think about it. You're taking care of a baby who's shitting themselves every couple hours. You have to clean it manually. You gotta like put the kid on the fucking nebulizer if it has an issue, or you gotta like, oh, the kid has jaundice, or I have to bathe the kid in the sink, and then you gotta like, again, all the kids, it pissed itself, then you gotta do. So, oh, my 50-year-old dad, okay, well, suffer, bitch. That's your job. Here's another point. Even if okay, let's say your life sucks, and it does. Why are you being a bitch in my chat? I would never do that to you. If I were having a hard time, you know what I'd do? I'd either not watch your shit at all because I don't want to piss anybody off, or I would probably like watch it silently on 2x every 10 minutes interlope and do something else productive, or that's it, right? I mean, you're serving cunt because you're unstable. Okay, now with what I'm doing, you got to let me cook. I'm over here, this is free money. I'm over here like, okay, well, I got to stream. I go in the jacuzzi, I relax, I listen to some Mexican music, I come out, I've got the Morgan Wallen in the shower. Okay, this is the picture I'm painting. I'm reviewing this fucking brown guy with like a receding hairline talking about Jared Fogle because one of my friends texted me this to watch on the stream. That is all to say that me cutting you slack is not going to fucking happen, okay? I've cut enough meat in the deli, and that job sucked, by the way. For $13 an hour, you had to slice meat, and these fucking Karens would come in like, you didn't slice it thin enough. And these people would come, and mind you, we're doing it to the millimeter, and if I look away, I will fucking slice my hand. Okay, so you're doing this thing, you're cutting the cheese, and they look at it, they're like, according to my fucking vibe, these fat sausage finger Walmart people are like, oh, it's like 1/4 of a millimeter too thick. cut it again, and then you got to cut it again, and then you can't even eat the meat. You got to throw it away. That's all to say that I got to check chat. Grace Thorpe says, I know how a mom feels every time I talk to you, Lalo. What does that even mean? Isn't Jared Fogle the Subway dude? Yeah, no shit alert. Grace Thorpe says, gel your hair up some. No, I'm gonna continue serving. Your friends dictate your stream content, Lamau. Would your friend happen to be Jadeite? No. Lalo's giving up feminine energy. Gel up my the hair's fine. You're tripping.
Before Jared asked Taylor to come with them on dozens of these foundation trips. So one time, they went to the Patriots playoff game. They took a first-class flight out there. They had a $3,000 night suite at the Hilton. And then after the game, the two headed to a strip club where they got into the Champagne Poppy room.
Two turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts.
And then Jailer asked Taylor, if you can convince that stripper to come back to our hotel room, I will pay you. And like a good friend.
What? Like, what's all this pocket watching? He goes in first class. He's a millionaire, right? Who the fuck cares? I mean, wouldn't you do the same?
Taylor brought that stripper back to the room where Jared and him had sex with her. And that began her 12-year run. That's what Taylor said from his court-ordered psychological report linked below. Now, with
what a snitch. What the fuck?
Taylor helping out with the Folk Foundation, Jared actually hired him and promoted him to the executive head of
that guy's balding too. What the fuck? Look at that. Whoa, buddy. Anyway. Is the friend even watching? Show yourself. Is he? I don't know. Anyway.
And that point, the two became inseparable. Now they were traveling across the country and even the world, going to schools, giving these healthy eating presentations to children all around the earth.
People are always fascinated to see the pants. It's a great visual aid, and especially when I'm talking to kids. You know, I speak to children all over the country and actually all over the world now.
Thailand, Japan, Indonesia, and how could I forget? During the night, they would party their faces off and get prostitutes to sleep with. And then once they found out they weren't law enforcement, they would then ask them if they had any underage escorts available, which then they would do their thing with. Now with these two out of the town going on these trips, Taylor got a bit paranoid about people stealing stuff from the Fogle Foundation office. So in an effort to
I haven't heard of that before. Okay, so they're getting adult prostitutes. Let's say they're 30, and then saying, do you have any underage ones? Which, okay. Is that, okay. My question is, how did he know that was a strategy? Like, did he just one day say, oh yeah, there's all these adults. What if I ask for something younger? And what? He just risked them calling the cops on him? Or did he assume, well, these are prostitutes, I'll call the cops on them first? I guess. Like, that. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but okay. He is a very telling special guy for sure. Who is Sonwich?
To avoid anything happening, he started placing hidden cameras around the office. So they come back from a trip, and the first thing Taylor does is he reviews some of the video on the camera. And what he found shocked him. He had captured the underage intern and her boyfriend having sex in the office. Now, Taylor brought this up to Jared.
The underage intern and her boyfriend. Was the boyfriend an adult? Again, we need details. I mean, this is actually a big felony that this fucker is not even commentating on.
Possibly, maybe reprimand this girl. But Jared wants to see the tape in full. And while he was showing this video, Jared actually...
Isn't Jared in jail still? Says OPC. Yeah, I think he is. I saw a video about a month ago.
Pushed them to set up more hidden cameras around the office and into children's...
Why does this nigga look like John Doyle, bro?
And at first, Taylor thought maybe this was some weird joke. Now, Taylor brushes it off, and a couple of months go by at this point. Now, Jared started buying Taylor a lot more things. He bought him a home that Taylor lived in for free, bought him a Mercedes-Benz, paid for all of his family's expenses. Now, what he was putting Taylor in is what's called golden handcuffs. Now, months later, Jared comes up to Taylor and asks him again if he'll place these hidden cameras. And he reminded him that this is from the court documents. Jared Fogle literally said this to Taylor: "Daddy is paying for your things." Jared Fogle called himself Daddy. So locked in these golden handcuffs, Taylor would become the Ghislaine Maxwell to Jared Fogle. The fall guy.
What? What?
The dirty guy. The do-all.
Dude, wait. She looks like a bird in this. What the fuck? Hold on.
The Ghislaine Maxwell to Jared Fogle. The fall guy.
Bro, what the hell? Okay, first of all, her hair looks like Party City, like fake wig hair. The lipstick. Who told you to wear this? I mean, this looks like if you bleached a vagina lip. I mean, this is basically what we're looking at.
Dirty guy to do all of the dirty business. So Taylor then started placing these hidden clock camera radios in children's bedrooms across the city. And they were capturing photos and videos of children ages 6 to 12 while they were changing their clothes naked. Now let me be
okay, but how did he do that? How do you get secret cameras in little kids' rooms? What?
clear. They weren't taking any videos of any acts being performed on the children. It was just the kids being nude while changing their clothes. And this is an important point for the end of the video when we go into the court case. Now, Taylor didn't show any of these to anyone but Jared. Their program would work where Taylor would go around, collect all the photos and videos, review them for the best ones, put them onto a laptop, give that laptop to Jared for him to only bring it back a week later. Now, I'm not kidding. This is from the court-ordered psychological reporting. Jared Fogle would say,
Jadeite says, how do you get the cameras? Yeah, I mean, that's like, what the fuck? Like, wait, Because think about it. This is what, like 2008 or something, and what, you're gonna have a fucking camcorder in a kid's room and they're not gonna find it? A secret camera? What kind of secret camera existed 15 years ago? That okay, and like no parent found the camera, really?
Daddy needs some pictures. Now, once this operation was underway, Jared started upping the ante. He wanted better quality videos and photos, so he started purchasing professional spy equipment. Taylor would then start placing across children's bedrooms across the city, and no one knew.
Okay, that sounds like some bullshit though. How the fuck did that even happen?
Now, it's a couple years later, it's 2000.
How did they retrieve the camera? I mean, yeah, seriously, like, okay.
In an attempt to maybe slow down, finds a adult woman that he gets married to in 2010. Now, maybe this whole underage escorts and depravities would go away. No.
Does this dude actually play piano and guitar? The book on the piano says it's for beginners. Well, actually, I spent the first 5 minutes of this video just basically dissecting the fact that he's like a poser. I read that too.
The temptation was still there for Jared. Even with him getting all the CP from their hidden camera racket, he still wanted more victims to add to his collection. So remember Rochelle, that late night radio host he was hooking up with? So even with this new second wife, Jared was still having an affair with her. So she became suspicious of Jared one day.
So that's interesting though. So he's sleeping with like 50-year-old women, but also sleeping, well, not sleeping with the children, but like, you know what I mean? So that's interesting because like every case that I've read about a pedophile has been like, they're only interested in the children, right? Like they're not interested in adults, but he seems to be going for both, which is odd.
He told me that he thought that middle school.
What I'm assuming is happening is that he's more so like a porn addict that is like getting more and more depraved. Hence why when he got the guy to put in the cameras, he wanted more like heavy, hardcore stuff, I guess, or like spy equipment to have higher quality stuff. Because again, that's like porn brain, like hardcore. That's just like, because he's still banging the adults. So I'm assuming that's why, but I don't know.
School girls were so hot.
Saying how he found middle school girls attractive, and this shocked Rochelle to record. So she ended up baiting him along a little bit further and started recording it, seeing what she could get out of him. I can't actually play the actual audio because it is copyrighted, but I will link it below. But honestly, it's nothing super crazy. I'm gonna read it right now. I like all ages, that's the thing. I mean, it depends. Who is ready for what, you know? Who's gonna give you the glance? So Rochelle amassed years worth of these recordings of Jared saying this. And Rochelle finally reached the breaking point when Fogel mentioned her 2 young children. And he asked her, what if we put a camera in your kid's room? Would they be okay with that? Would you rather have it in your son or your daughter's room?
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Okay, first of all, what a dumbass for saying that, by the way. Now, I'm assuming he only said this after years of marriage or whatever because she started goading him and like basically implying that she'd be okay with it, which is why he asked in the first place because he's like a secretive person.
Which one do you think would be better? Now remember, she was sleeping with Jared this whole time and knew this. That
sickos can hide his normies. Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to have a beard, but I mean, if he's actually sleeping with this fat chick, I mean, he's taking one for the pedo team, right? Because like, for example, most predators don't do that, so.
He was into underage people. But that last part, that was the tipping point. Other kids, that's fine. But her kids, out of line. So Rochelle filed a serious complaint with the FBI in 2011. Though the FBI couldn't do much about it because it's audio evidence. There wasn't actually enough to even put him behind bars, convict him, or even get a search warrant. Now, in multiple interviews, Rochelle has claimed that she was the woman that brought down Jared Fogel and that the FBI used her as an informant and that she wore a wire and took him down. Well, I find that hard to believe because, number one, the FBI has not confirmed any of these recordings. Number two, they weren't actually used in the court case. And number three, why would the FBI put a wire on her for years, record all this stuff, and then not do anything about it until way later in the future, like we're talking 7 years? Makes no sense. But let's continue. So Russell Taylor and his wife lived alternative lifestyles. They were swingers. Basically people who would have sex with other people outside the marriage and also within orgies. Now,
I think putting sickos into weird boxes of what they will or wouldn't do is silly. Okay, yeah, sure, but I am saying that thus far, virtually every single pedophile I can think of are only into children. That's what I'm saying. So like if he's into everything, that's different.
Taylor had sex with several of his guy friends, girlfriends, and his neighbors. Now, one of the women from Taylor's neighborhood orgies, we will call her Jane Doe from the court documents. So their friendship took a disturbing turn in 2014 when Taylor, who often talked to her sexually and friendly over texting, went over the line. Russell Taylor offered to send this Jane Doe images of CP. This was disturbing to her, rightfully so. So Jane Doe made a call to the police and a report from there was passed off to the cybercrime unit detectives, and an investigation was launched in 2014 into Russell Taylor. So on the basis of all these texts, the police had enough to execute a search warrant on Taylor's home. So they went to his house, raided it, arrested him, and what they found there was so disturbing. I'm not even going to get into it, but it was terabytes and it was equipment. So once in custody with the evidence they had, this seemed like an open and shut case really. Except when Taylor told the police a story that they didn't even believe. All these videos, all this equipment, it wasn't for him. It was for his boss, Jared Fogel, the spokesperson for Subway. Now quietly behind the scenes, the police started to look into this.
You could have more than one paraphilia. I understand that. I'm just saying that I have not heard of this specific case before. Okay.
further, and they started finding little bits of threads that were leading back to Jared. Now, on the outside, though, every news outlet picked up the story. Head guy of Jared Fogel's foundation distributing CP. And Jared came out publicly as shocked and put out a statement saying, "We cut all ties with Russell Taylor." And Jared continued to post his diet tips on Twitter, posting up updates on Facebook, living as if nothing.
Which stream should I watch? This stream or Ben's stream? I saw a couple minutes of the Ben stream. They're talking about religion. So if you're into Catholicism, then I guess that's up your alley or something.
Happened to him because that was the plan. Russell Taylor was.
I gotta work in 8 hours, but I also, if this stream catches fire in the next 5 minutes, I'll keep going. But because I was about to drink, but then I'm like, no, I need to get a lot of viewers first. That didn't happen, so now we're just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Always meant to be the fall guy.
These guys continue to fall for it every single time. There must be like 100 million episodes of the show, and these guys still come out.
Now, 32 days after the raid on Russell Taylor's house in July 2015 at 6 a.m., investigators raided Jared's home with one of the top mobile cyber forensic teams in the country. So they had police dogs that had the ability to sniff out for hidden thumb drives in the walls.
But Bear...
What the fuck? Okay, come on, really? A dog can sniff out a fucking thumb drive in a wall? Doubt?
Is anything but your typical family dog.
He can sniff out SD cards, thumb drives, external hard drives,
How?
iPads,
No.
micro SD.
No. Literally how, bro? He can sniff out a fucking piece of plastic. He can sniff out an SD card. Like if I had a Nintendo cartridge, he could find it. I don't believe you. Thumb drives. That's why. No. That seems like some bullshit. That seems like they need some sort of legal recourse to like tear down people's walls. And so they're like, oh, the dog barked at it once. Really? Also, think about it. If you're in a house full of electronics, is there not more than one thumb drive? I mean, there could be thumb drives, literally like 15 of them in 5 different rooms. What are they going to tear down the walls in all of them? Because how is the dog going to discern where everything is? I mean, this is just fucking ridiculous.
And they found 2 of them hidden at Jared's house that were Eastern European CP. Now, Subway immediately dropped them.
He had Eastern European cheese pizza, which I assume he downloaded from the internet, right? But then he also had all this like domestic stuff, which I assume he just threw away.
Sharknado 3, which he was going to be in, they dropped him. His wife divorced him. And of course, once this ugly truth came out, people were not only quick to denounce Fogel, but they grew skeptical of Subway. Like, how
I need that dog to find my 3DS games lost years ago. Yeah, real.
could no one have known this? So, Jared had been making incredibly creepy comments for a while to a lot of people. If he talked so openly with Rochelle, it's really no surprise he did this with other people too. So back in 2004, Subway's senior vice president of marketing received a complaint about Fogel that he had tried to solicit an underage girl at a Las Vegas promo event. Then in 2008, a Florida Subway franchisees warned the
Okay, but you see how convenient it is? Everybody comes out the woodworks when it's like hard. When it's easy, but when it's hard, when he's actually clouded up, they're like, oh, I'm going to sweep it up.
then CEO of Subway, Jeff Moody, about Jared making disturbing comments about kids. But Moody apparently said, quote, "There was nothing that implied any sexual behavior about Jared Fogle." Now, that Florida franchisee owner, Cindy Mills, well, Jared was having an affair with her as well, and said that once they got intimate, Jared would text her about possibly trying to have sex with a 16-year-old. And now, what would Subway executives think when they heard that? Now, these messages he sent to her, I'm not even going to get into them. Jared was roughly asking to meet up with her underage cousin at the time, bragging about how he would constantly pay underage call girls across the world for sexual acts. I mean, then Jared's second wife, the new one, claims that Subway actually were aware of some of these reports of against them. Despite receiving tips that Fogel solicited children, they still sent him into elementary schools across the country as a part of their marketing. And Katie even claims that Subway even hid these allegations.
Okay, but I mean, I just don't even know what to fucking say. So I guess the motive for them is that he made them too much money to shut him down. And I guess the practical reasons, because if he's soliciting 16-year-olds, that if he's meeting with a bunch of 10-year-olds, then really that wouldn't really be tripping any wires in his head. But I mean, obviously he was into the little kids, but I guess he didn't act on it then.
From her because they thought that the marriage would keep Fogel grounded. Now, Jared was arrested and charged after the raid and pled guilty to the allegations that he had paid for sexual acts with children and receiving CP. Now, Russell Taylor, he pled guilty in a plea agreement for giving evidence and testimony to helping convict Jared. Now, Taylor was supposed to get originally 35 years, but with this plea agreement, it came down to 27 years for producing and distributing CP, which are huge charges. Now, Jared had a $15 million fortune that would be wiped out, paying for the $1.4 million restitution to the 14 victims in the case. His second wife would take $7 million in the divorce in November 2015. And he was sentenced to 15 years in prison, where he will serve 13 years before parole. And Jared could be free again as soon as 2028. And during his sentencing...
Holy shit. So let's think about it, right? So he has two... Okay, let me think about it. So he has... So I just don't even know what... is it fair for the wife to take $7 million if she knew he was a pedophile and she kind of just like kept it under wraps until it was convenient? And like, if she doesn't deserve it, then who would keep it? His like nephews or something? If he has any? I don't know. Does he look like Jerry Seinfeld? Maybe. 35 years to still 27. Yeah, and he still snitched on his best friend, I guess. It's not a good plea deal, but so Jared got 15 years despite him being more so of a pedophile than the Taylor guy because he used Taylor as a middleman. So I guess Taylor got the charges of recording CP, whereas he just received. So I guess like having the middle person does give you leniency. So like instead of them throwing the book at him, instead of getting, let's say, 35 years, Jared only got 15.
Jared lowered his head, cried his eyes out, waved goodbye to his family members, and was whisked off to the prison in Littleton, Colorado, where they primarily deal with offenders. Now, Fogel's got various pen pals in prison. One of the letters states that, "Oh, I want to see your photos. You look so hot in these. Those pictures made me smile so much." Now, besides the pen pals, it hasn't been that well at the prison. He's been beaten up a ton, and I can't say I feel too bad for him. If he's free in a century, that would be far too soon. Now, there's still many unanswered questions about this whole thing. What about the dozens of unaccounted victims that Jared had bragged about to Rochelle and Cindy Mills? Did Subway really know about any of this? Like, why did this take so long?
The moral of the story, eating only Subway sandwiches makes you a criminal deviant. Well, good news is that it's too expensive for me to do that. You know, you could either eat for the same price, more or less, you could eat, Chipotle, or you could eat Subway. The fuck? Really? It's not even close. Subway is like the worst fast food restaurant ever.
For informants to come forward with this. Why did the FBI not look further when they first got audio recordings? So recently the saga's come up in the news again as of March 2020. So Russell Taylor, the guy, had 3 of his CP convictions overturned by a judge. So remember when I made that point about there only being photos that he took of children while changing their clothes? So 3 of the exploitation charges that he admitted to involved hidden camera images of young male relatives of his.
Male?
That didn't involve the explicit conduct necessary for criminal charges. So because he admitted to that, it ruined the guilty plea, the proceedings, and the sentencing for Russell Taylor, and could also change the case for Jared Fogle now. So now there's already going to be a new trial set for Russell Taylor on the remaining 10 felony charges. Both of them are still in prison at this time. The story of Jared Fogle and Russell Taylor is one.
Okay, that's super interesting. So basically, he admitted to putting cameras in his nephew's, like underage nephew's rooms, and that it wasn't deemed like nude enough for it to be a felony. I'm kind of curious how that even works. So like, for example, it was enough for a kid to be naked and that be a felony for every other case, like those 10 other charges, but in the cases of his nephews, it isn't, even though that would be incestuous as well. Like, how the fuck is that? Like, that, okay, that, as far as I know, does not make sense. So that's interesting.
One of the most disgusting stories I have seen in a long time. You had an entire sham foundation set up to just take advantage of underage children who cannot consent to anything being done to them. It is the absolute lowest of the low.
Okay, how did the foundation have anything to do with the molestation? Well,
and I think
also, did he molest any kid, or did he just jerk off to the CP?
I hope that he gets the same sentence that he did before, if not worse, even with these 3 charges.
You know, the Vouch types would be sweeping it up, by the way. The Vouch types would be like, actually, he was a bipedo, says Political Magic. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are. I think most pedophiles are gay, actually. TBH. The Tragic Tale of Hunter Biden. Oh, I totally want to see this. I'm the #1 hater of Hunter Biden.
Purchasing crack from homeless people in LA. Snorting coke off a stripper's ass. Being...
Hold on. I need to buy a new iPhone. I have an XR from like 5 years ago, and I need a new computer, okay? I'm going to need a $2,000 super chat right now. So people love to hate on Hunter Biden. Also, people will gas him up ironically too. So I mean, it's an interesting sort of thing. With respect to Hunter, I was like on those 4chan boards like 4 years ago, where I mean they proved that he did sleep with his 14-year-old niece. I wonder if they'll cover it on YouTube. Guess they all say they're gay. Good point. Did he actually R anyone? Well, yeah, I guess he didn't, which is why he only got 15 years.
In and out of rehab 6 times. Today we're going to dive deep into the story of Hunter Biden. In this video, I'm going to talk about addiction. It is a very serious topic, and I'm not making fun of his addiction.
Who cares?
But rather how privileged Hunter is, and he has had everything afforded to him, and he continues to throw it down the toilet, and just how he cannot get his damn act together. So the story of Hunter Biden starts out in 1988. He's 18 years old, and Joe Biden and the family are out on a trip by Jersey Shore. Everyone's having a blast.
Jersey Shore.
Until little old Hunter gets his first slip up. He gets arrested for narcotics possession. But did he get a ticket? Did he get some jail time? His dad did famously say we need to hold every drug user accountable.
We have to hold every drug user accountable.
But instead, he got a pretrial intervention. Well, what's a pretrial intervention? It's community service while having your record expunged. All of this while your dad is the lead advocate for the war on drugs.
The president says he wants to wage a war on drugs, but if that's true, what we need is another D-Day, not another Vietnam.
So he was given the chance to...
Okay, wait. I understand why they hate on Joe Biden for being a hypocrite, but I mean, to be fair, yeah, it is your own kid, right? I mean, what? Spoiled kids turn rotten.
Reform and have a fresh start being 18 and all. And just a couple months later, Hunter gets into Georgetown University to study history. He starts drinking a bit more, starts smoking Marlboro Reds, kind of starts partying more. And
Okay,
also...
so he is a dumbass, right? Because if you think about it, he's going to a good university, Georgetown, I believe, but for history. So already, like, not... He's like, oh, well, my dad wants me to go to college, but I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to get a history degree. Also, when you look at him here, you can already tell he's going to go bald just by the thinning of the hair. I assume this is, like, in his 30s. Also, you look at how wrinkly the skin is already. Also, when you look at the teeth are kind of like this New England-y, like, wasp. I don't even know what the fuck is going on there.
starts to ramp up his smoking habit. Quoted here, "Once I was hoping to buy cocaine, but I was sold a piece of crack, and I wasn't sure how to take the drug. I didn't have a stem," which is a pipe.
So you're saying, one, I was trying to buy coke in college, but I was sold crack. Okay, first of all, why? Okay, if you're buying coke, you would have somebody who is trusted with the coke. So he's such a fiend that he bought it from like different random people, which would probably get you laced with some other shit like crack. First of all. Second of all, nowadays, if we were to do that, he might get fentanyl in his coke, in which case he'd probably be dead. Third, he's lucky. Third would be that coke looks like this, right? How the fuck are you gonna do crack on accident? As far as I know, crack is like a rock, right? Like little crystals you put in the pipe and you smoke it. It wouldn't be powder. So how the hell can you get those confused? Maybe I'm off. He can transplant his ass hairs. Yeah, that's the plan. Reminds me of the senator or whoever that was with the non-binary kid fighting cops and spray printing. I don't remember that. Political Magic says that Joe Biden was a centrist. No, he wasn't. He could have been a good comedian. Who, Hunter?
So instead, I improvised. I stuffed the crack into a cigarette and I smoked it, but it didn't have much of an effect.
What a fucking idiot. What a fucking clueless fucking miscreant retard, okay? So it's not enough that you're in Georgetown, that your dad's a senator, that you could do anything you want. You're a decent-looking 6-foot white guy. You could do anything you want. You can even do coke. You can do drugs. You can bang girls. But no, it's not enough. You gotta do crack like a dumbass, like a fucking idiot. Oh, well, is this coke? I'm not sure. It could be crack. Oh, let me put it in a cigarette. What? Fucking fool.
New Yorker. It's 1993 and Hunter graduates from Georgetown and gets into law school.
Coke
so he's in law school.
Will be chunks that you break up. You mean crack?
He starts partying even more. And while he's partying, he meets a girl named Kathleen. And after a couple of weeks of hanging out, she gets knocked up. And within 3 months of that, they got married. Hunter eventually graduates from law school.
So a shotgun marriage while he's in law school. Okay, so already a big fuck up. Now, mind you, his dad is a senator and he's well off. And so this is not going to be the end of the world for him. But if I knocked up a girl in 2 years while I'm in the middle of law school, I would blow my brains out. Imagine all the debt. Imagine having a fucking kid. That's insane.
School, and he gets his first real job as a big attorney, working for the biggest donor for his dad's campaign, MB&A Bank. And he was making the big bucks. He was making as much money as his dad was being a senator.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, I'm serious. I'm being deadly earnest.
And this afforded him the ability.
Okay, so again, he looks out. So he goes to law school, to Georgetown, which, while his dad's a senator, so he probably has a recommendation, New England senator. Okay, so he has connections, nepotism. Now, maybe he was an above average student. Maybe he has above average IQ from a good pedigree. And that, okay, maybe he did get into a good college. You can give him credit. But at the end of the day, he got his degree in history, which is super fucking easy. And what's also interesting is that he's already doing crack in college. Horrible decision making, by the way. Already got arrested for possession as a minor. Got away with it because of his dad and because he's a minor. So already horrible life decisions. Knocks up a girl that he met at a party weeks after meeting her in the first place. Horrible decision, by the way. Married, already had a kid during law school. Horrible decision, by the way.
Ability to ramp up his habit. Starts drinking from the bottle. And he's doing
He gets a job with his dad's biggest donor. So again, he's a lawyer by trade, but didn't work for it. Again, when you're just a lawyer, you got to work your way up. Instead, he's already getting a good job, making 6 figures right off the jump because of his connections.
And 10 years later, in 2003, his wife forced him to go to rehab. He was stumbling around. His crack habit was out of control. And within the month of going to rehab, he's attending Alcoholics
A crack addict. Okay, think about it. Not even coke. You have Jordan Belfort. You have a lot of people that are high, stock traders that are on coke all the time. They can be competent people for the most part. He's doing fucking crack. Okay. Now, granted, you're making 6 figures. You could afford coke, I think, especially 20 years ago. But no, he wants to do crack like a fucking fool. What? He wants to save money? It is a big discount, but oh my god.
Meetings, and Hunter achieved 7 years of sobriety. But then once 2010 came along,
Crack is
Hunter's on a
coke
business
cooked.
trip.
Wait, crack is coke cooked up with baking soda into a rock. I know that, but I mean, he said that he was buying coke and that somebody sold him crack and that he did it on accident. But if you're being sold rocks, it's not powder. Cocaine is a powder.
He's flying home from Madrid. He decides, I'm going to have 3 Bloody Marys. Knocks him back, gets back home. He continues to drink in secret for a couple of months. Eventually told his brother, and he went to rehab again. But a couple years later, Hunter gets a real nasty case of the shingles. Goes to the doctor and they prescribe him Vicodin. He's taking Vicodin for about a month, but once his prescription ran out, he started drinking again. And while on a month-long drinking binge, Hunter decided he was going to join the military and serve his country at the ripe old age of 44. And on May 7th, he was assigned to the Reserve Naval Unit in Norfolk. So Hunter gets sworn in from a small ceremony with his father at the White House. And on his first day, Hunter had to submit a drug test. He submitted the test, and then just a few months later, he gets a letter in the mail stating that cocaine was found in his system. And
Okay, so you see throughout his entire fucking life. Okay, think about it. He goes into the Naval Reserve, which again, why? In your mid 40s, why? Also, you were already a lawyer, but he couldn't even do that. He couldn't hold up his fake job. Again, he was given a fake fucking lawyer gig at a bank that is a donor to his dad, who's a senator, okay? He couldn't even do that. Again, if you're a nepotism hire, all you got to do is the bare minimum so you don't get fired. He couldn't even make it there, okay? Just think about it that way. He couldn't even hold it down. He tests positive for coke, even though, again, all you had to do was not do coke.
under Navy rules, a positive test triggers a discharge. But he was positive. It was not his fault. It couldn't have been his. So he wrote a letter. He got a team of attorneys together. And they said, we had no idea how this drug got in my system. And he suggested that when I was at the bar, I think I smoked a cigarette from these 2 black men, and it had to have been laced with cocaine. So he spent months debating this with his attorneys, with the appeals panel. But because of his past drug abuse and his rehab stints, they decided not to appeal. So the records show Hunter was discharged February 8th, 2014. And from there, the crack binge continued.
Again, discharged, not dishonorably discharged, but if any regular guy did some fucking crack, then he'd get dishonored, but you know.
We have a lot of bad judgment in my family. My son, who's over 40, just joined the United States Navy, is about to be sworn in as an officer.
So just a couple of months later from being discharged from the Navy for using cocaine, Hunter gets a nice cushy job on the board of Burisma, with no previous experience in energy, working at the largest Ukrainian gas and energy firm. And you want to know how much Hunter Biden made? He made $86,000 a month.
In the list that you gave me of the reasons why.
So again, what are his credentials? He has a bachelor's in history from Georgetown, which is like a nothing burger. You've got a fucking law degree from, I assume, Georgetown at best. You used it in a nepotism hire that you couldn't even hold onto because you went to rehab because you're a fucking crack addict. And now you're getting paid $86,000 a month, which is basically $1 million a year at Burisma. Again, with no knowledge of energy.
You're on that board. You did not list the fact that you were the son of the vice president.
Yeah, no,
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
Maybe this isn't a good idea to go and sit on the board of this Ukrainian company.
I said to you, in retrospect, I wish
Right, but
that
at the time, you never thought, this might not look right.
You know what? I'm a human. And you know what? Did I make a mistake? Well, maybe in the grand scheme of things, yeah.
So right after getting his job at Burisma, Hunter decides, I'm going to get cleaned up this time. So he goes to the sketchiest rehab clinic in all of Mexico, in Tijuana, to get the illegal treatment in the United States using the West African shrub plant. But then a couple months later, he starts using again. He's doing this for about a year. And then in June 6th of 2015, a very significant event happens.
Good evening. The political world tonight is mourning the death of Beau Biden, the son of Vice President Joe Biden, who succumbed to brain cancer Saturday at the age of 46.
His brother Joseph dies of a brain tumor. It's unexpected. It's a real tragedy. And during this time, Hunter starts using even more. And his wife forced him to go to couples therapy. And they reached an agreement that if Hunter started drinking again, he would have to move out of the house. And the day after their 22nd anniversary, Hunter left his couples therapy session, drank a bottle of vodka, and moved on out. A month later goes by of this. He's moved out, and he decides, I'm going to get sober again. Let's go to rehab. And he's really trying to show his wife that he was cleaning up. He wanted to make things work with her. So he's in rehab, and then all of a sudden,
a website that encourages people to cheat on their partners is reeling from a huge data breach. AshleyMadison.com executives confirmed this morning that their website
No fucking way he was in this. What?
Has been hacked.
The Ashley Madison hack happens. And you know whose name was in the database? Hunter Biden. Not only that, his credit card was on file, pictures were on file, photos were on file. And because of that, Hunter and Kathleen finally decided to separate, not get divorced, due to the Ashley Madison hack revealing that he was cheating on her this whole entire time. And Hunter continued to use and fall down the dark hole of drug abuse.
So again, I understand why people would say like, oh, I fuck with Hunter. It's so funny. Yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, the guy's literally scum. He makes every single wrong decision humanly possible. Goes to rehab 4 times. Becomes an alcoholic. Does crack. Cheats on his wife.
For a couple of months. So Hunter decides to enroll in rehab again. It's a treatment program. And while there, he gets a call to go to a business meeting in Monte Carlo. So Hunter flies out.
Ibogaine treatment lol, just like Hunter S. Thompson claimed the Dem candidate of 1972 used, McGovern. What, to cure what? Addiction?
While he's in the bathroom of a board meeting, a stranger came up to him and offered him cocaine. And then Hunter started doing the cocaine. Come on, man. So when he came back from his business trip and went back to the rehab, he told his counselors about the relapse, but he refused to take a drug test out of concerns that the results would be used against him and published in the press. And when the staff insisted that you take a test, he decided to leave the program. It's about a month later. Hunter and his dead brother's widow, Haley, went to the Hamptons with their children, really just trying to get away from it all. And Hunter would spend nights over at Haley's house watching TV, and Hunter stated,
I started to think of Haley as the only person in my life who understood my loss.
They were starting to get closer and closer, while Hunter...
Bruh, she's a 3 out of 10, dog.
Hunter was still married to his wife. So Hunter, who was already moved out of his marital home...
Bo Biden was the last chance of a Biden political dynasty. It's kind of sad the way he died, but But he would have been a political asset for the Democrats. Yeah, obviously.
His wife, Kathleen, somehow kind of dating his dead brother's widow, Haley. He made plans to go head to a detox center in Arizona to get cleaned up.
That in and of itself is a super bad thing, okay? That's completely legal to do, yet it's a really shitty move to basically have an affair with your dead brother's wife. That is fucking insanely gross. To me,
While he was on the layover flight in LA, he got sidetracked. They lost something in the flight. He had to stay in LA for a week. So the minute he got to LA, he walked up to a homeless man and asked him,
Hey man, you know where I could buy some crack?
The man took him to a nearby homeless encampment where in a narrow passageway between the tents, someone put a gun to his head before realizing that he was a buyer. And Hunter returned a few more times to buy crack that week, while partying in strip clubs and nightclubs all throughout LA. And after a week-long crack binge, Hunter decided, I'm gonna go just drive to the rehab myself in Arizona, while in the midst of a crack episode. So he rents a car at Hertz and takes off on a 7-hour trip in the middle of the night to go head to rehab. So he's driving down Interstate 10, listening to tunes, smoking some crack, and then all of a sudden lost control of his car. Jumped the median, skipped to the stop on the shoulder on the westbound side. His car was totaled. So Hunter called Hertz, who collected the damaged car and gave him a second rental. And he told him that
there was a barn owl that flew overhead when I was driving, and I just had to swerve the car.
There was a barn owl that flew overhead while I was driving and had to swerve.
I didn't want to hit the owl.
Hertz takes the car back, they give him a new one, he's on his merry way. And that night, Hunter arrived at the rehab in Prescott and dropped off the...
Again, like, literally, you cannot pay me to fuck up this hard, man. Seriously. Like, my worst fuck up possibly could be a DUI at worst. Like, this nigga's driving on crack. I cannot even fathom doing that. Most people that do crack can't even afford a car, but this guy can.
Car at the Hertz Rent-A-Car Center. So when Hertz took back the car, they're cleaning the car, they're seeing if he left anything inside. And what did they find? Well, Hertz ended up calling the police because of what they found. They found...
Wait, hold on. I want to read this.
Well, Hertz ended up calling the police because of what they found. They found...
Dude, I keep trying to fucking... Hold on.
Well, Hertz ended up calling the police because of what they found. They found a bag of...
Shit! One more try to pause it. One more try. I'm trying to read the file.
Well, Hertz ended up calling the police because...
Okay. Let's see this. Arizona State, okay. He was born 19... Dude, he's older than my dad. So think about it. A guy older than my dad, yet so fucking immature. 6'1", 175, eyes blue, hair brown. So again, 6'1", 175 pounds. So again, he's like a decent looking tall guy, and yet he fucks it up entirely. I mean, it's insane. Jesus Christ. Hunter S. Thompson claimed that Ed Muskie was addicted to Ibogaine. Ibogaine is a psychedelic used to break addiction. Like, oh, interesting. Interesting. No way he said an owl made him die. Yeah, I know.
Because of what they found. They found a bag of crack, a meth pipe, Secret Service business cards, Hunter's credit cards, Hunter's driver's license, and his dead brother Joseph's attorney general badge. But Hunter was not around. The police had...
So think about it. He had his dead brother's attorney general badge, maybe to like, if he got pulled over, be like, well, I'm actually a cop, so like, you know what I mean? Maybe.
No idea where he was at. So within the hour, the police ended up calling the FBI to get involved. And while they're requesting the warrant on the phone, the police get a call from a Secret Service agent. And he informs them that Hunter is
safe and secure and there's no need to worry about him.
Even though it was a Biden family member, the district attorney was still going to bring a case against Hunter. So they're building the case, but then last minute they decide to drop it. The reason why they decided to drop the case was citing a lack of evidence. There wasn't any fingerprints on the pipe, even though it was confirmed that there was crack cocaine residue all over the pipe. And once
Again, somebody made a call being like, yo, let him go or whatever. And now they're letting it slide. This is a huge felony. Huge. And it undergirds a huge hypocrisy in that Joe Biden spearheads this whole crime bill with sentencing for putting people behind bars for potentially decades over fucking crack paraphernalia. And you got a guy in Hunter, literally his flesh and blood, who for the seventh time in a row is over here doing crack and has a rented car in his own name with his own ID that he totaled himself. In that car, you find crack and you find the pipe. That in and of itself is a crime. The possession of it in your car at all is a crime. And the thing was in his fucking name to begin with. He was the only guy in the car as well. So you're telling me you didn't use a crack pipe that you have a history of using, knowing that you're an abuser that's been to rehab for the same problem. You have a lot of spending in cash that you don't account for. You are known to use crack. There's a fucking crack pipe over here smashed in the car wreck, but you didn't use it. I mean, come on. Even if they can't prove that he used it himself, that's still a felony to have possession of such a thing. Truth.
again, Hunter is on his merry way. So just 1 week after the Hertz rent-a-car accident, he's in rehab and his
Imagine you're an Arizona State trooper and you pull over a tweaker with a Delaware AG badge. Get the fuck out of here, yeah.
brother's widow Haley flew out to go see Hunter. And during their stay, they got extremely close. And they decided that they were going to be a couple, but keep their relationship a
Look, before, I remember seeing a picture of Haley, or whatever her name is, from like 4 years ago, and I was like, oh, this girl's kind of cute. I could see why he had the affair. But now, I could see why she had the affair with the crack addict loser, brother of her dead husband, because she's hideous.
secret, hiding from Hunter's wife and the press. But soon the press found out, and Hunter's wife. Titled,
Hunter's wife was hot.
Widow having an affair with married brother.
Within a couple of months, Hunter's wife, Kathleen, filed for divorce. Not only did she just file for divorce, but she also filed a motion to freeze his assets, stating that over the course of the separation, Hunter had drained hundreds of thousands.
Driving under the influence? Well, what I find interesting is that when he got his second rental car high off of crack, nobody like suspected him of being under the influence, and if they did, they like didn't check that.
Thousands of dollars from the couple's marital assets, creating financial concerns for the family by spending extravagantly on his own interests, including drugs, alcohol, prostitutes, strip clubs, gifts for women with whom he had sexual relations, while leaving his family no funds to pay legitimate bills. Through these proceedings,
again, another thing, people on the Trump camp will be like, oh, he's a drug addict or whatever, but he's also leaving his family destitute, allegedly, and is spending it on fucking prostitutes, crack, having an affair with his dead brother's wife.
The judge came that Kathleen should receive a monthly payment of $37,000 for alimony, tuition, childcare costs for a decade. And Hunter said he was cleaned out. He said, there's no way I can pay this. He had nothing, even though he's making $86,000 a month being on the board of Burisma. But what pissed Hunter off?
Again, he's on the board for 86 grand. Meanwhile, he's doing these crack escapades in Arizona. What job could you be on crack for and stay hired? Even if it's over Zoom. You can't pull that off, obviously. Not that I've tried being on crack, but I assume that you can't fucking hold a conversation that is worth $86,000 a month, actually. And so he's going to do this. And for what? I mean, it's insane. And also, what's crazy is that people like Destiny will be like, oh, I mean, this is normal. Sure.
Off the most in these whole court proceedings was being accused of hiring strippers and prostitutes. And he denied them, saying he hadn't seen a stripper in years. And the evening that story was published in the New York Post, he said,
I went directly to a strip club and I said, fuck him.
Hunter started going to several strip clubs right after this incident came out. There's been stories of him getting sex toys used on him. He's using sex toys on others, smoking crack in strip clubs in the VIP rooms. It's 2018 and Hunter's going to tons of strip clubs. And one stripper catches his eye, Dallas. And he loves Dallas. And he's hanging out with Dallas, everything's all great. And just a couple of months later, Dallas goes up to Hunter and tells him that she's pregnant with his kid. And Hunter wants nothing to do with it. So she has the kid, she goes to court trying to get child support. And in the middle of all of this, they demand a paternity test being done. So while the test is being done, Hunter meets a woman, Melissa Cohen. And after just 6 days of meeting her, they got married. They got matching tattoos as well. And Melissa and him buy a house together in LA. And while they're doing all of this, Dallas comes back with the paternity test results, and it is Hunter's kid. So currently right now, they're in the middle of a child support lawsuit where they're trying to get the money out of Hunter, but Hunter's saying he has nothing. He's cleaned out, even though he just bought a $3.3 million home in LA. Despite Hunter staying very low-key in his LA home, he has come up in the news recently with his laptop situation. And the laptop does confirm a lot of the incidents that have happened throughout the years with different strippers and prostitutes and all of that. Does any of this have to do with Joe Biden? I would say kind of, because his dad was the leading advocate for the war on drugs, the 1994 crime bill, that harshened sentences for crack cocaine. And despite all of that, Hunter has never been to jail, he's never gotten a ticket for any of this, and he's consistently gotten away with it. And I think the biggest thing to take away here is that this is politics. This is the hypocritical stuff that politicians do. Trump does it. Hunter. Joe Biden does it.
Come on, man.
Obama does it. Everyone does it. And in regard to the whole Burisma thing with his father being the vice president, I just want to read you one. This is an actual law. Federal regulation prohibits federal employees from using public office for private gain or for the private gain of relatives. This regulation, however, does not apply to the president or vice president.
What? Wait, actually, what? Wait, really?
So even if these things did happen, they are not illegal. This is the way government is. And that's where we're at with the saga of Hunter Biden. Thank you guys.
That's tough. Dude, Hunter Biden's literally like the villain, but like retarded though. It's more so like he's not the villain, but that he has like unlimited plot armor. I find that very impressive, okay? Not gonna lie. So, I mean, it is what it is, folks. That's tough. Okay. All right, folks. 1:30. I gotta wake up at 9. Hunter has 9 inches and 6'1" and gets the most high-paying corporate executive jobs. I wish life were that easy. Yeah, he's living it on easy mode. I mean, it's kind of tough because he completely has fucked it up thus far. And mind you, this guy is not even done. He's not even done. D&D reference? How? This guy's not even done. Dude, am I drunk? What the fuck? Wait, hold on. This guy's not even done. I just completely lost track of what I was going to say. That's crazy. Anyway, now, I might have an epiphany here, but it seems to me as if this guy, Vince Vintage, who made this video on Hunter Biden, is the same guy who made the video on Jared Fogle. Notice how none of you guys picked up on that, and I didn't either. It kind of shows how fucking blank of a personality this guy has, and yet has so many views. It's nuts. Master of derailing myself, yeah. Fuck me, man. Holy shit. I have the problem where I struggle to like stay focused on my own thing. And so I wish I had somebody else to talk to, like right now. But then when I have somebody else to talk to, I'm like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. You know, I wish I could call somebody for 10 seconds. Okay, you're gone. Okay, come in, phone in. Okay, you're gone. But no, I gotta tough it out. So before we wrap up, because I gotta wake up in less than 8 hours, we're gonna do Torsha, see how that's going. I still have that tab up, so I might as well just check it out. Okay. Let's check it out, mama. I'm just kidding, she's not mama.
Barometer on shots.
Okay, so she has a flat stomach, big tits. Now, are those real? I doubt it.
Trying to knock me off my grind.
She's so annoying. I'm trying to knock me off my... That's so annoying. She has a piercing. That's I hate those.
Want to do a shot?
Yeah, so
Do you want to do fireball or do you want to do a fireball?
anything.
Taking off the camera dog.
Those are fake tits and a flat butt? I believe it.
Fucking mouse.
She's just like, also like the hairline is kind of felted.
Pluto's a dog.
Not anymore.
What? Not anymore.
No.
Why?
The guy that she's on a date with or whoever the other guy is not captivating at all. She's not even making eye contact with his commentary on the side.
Do you want to do
Her nose is weirdly shaped and very strong ridge. Yeah, bro.
green tea shots?
I don't know what that is.
Her nose is massive. Look at this shit. I could put like... What could you fit in that nose? It's insane. It's huge. It's huge. Like, look how small the hole is relative to how big the width is of it and the protrusion. Also, look how far her eye is from where the nose starts. And the hair is also a little bit far back. The jaw, I don't know. It's okay.
Jameson, peach schnapps.
Sure.
Do you think
I don't know if she's cake.
No?
I don't know.
I like want to call her so bad. I always get
She's
antsy.
stacked up.
She's not though.
Huh? There's like fucking 8 or 9 people.
I don't care if the entire bar is full.
She is not attracted to the guy no matter, like, you cannot convince me otherwise. There's no facial attraction. She looks dead inside.
It's a fucking ball man.
Yeah, true.
I can tell you, you know what I mean?
I just want to help, but in the city we can do that, but not here. It's my only skill, you know. What's her name?
I don't know. I had no idea.
Do you have to do closeout at all?
No.
She asked him what his name is, which means that she only met him just now. And yet she's already lost interest in whatever the fuck he's saying.
She probably drives an Altima, though.
Really? I thought it was Scion 2C.
Oh, yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
If it was a couple of years ago, it'd be a Cavalier for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
If she didn't have a hairstylist and fake implants, she'd literally be a Ford. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying.
For sure.
I bet. What do you think she drives?
Huh?
What do you think she drives? I think Scion 2C.
A fucking Maxima.
Or a Lexus LS.
That is the most lit bar in Rockford. Is that Rockford, Connecticut? Or Illinois?
No.
Illinois. Okay.
No, she ain't in the 400 club.
No. Scion 2C final. Maybe.
At a buy here, pay here.
Buy here.
I do kind of feel for women, and you know, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, these girls go out and they're such sluts," and that is true. But at the end of the day, they're going out for free drinks, talking to fucking idiots like this guy, who I don't even know what he looks like, but you can just tell she's not sexually attracted to him, and he's boring as fuck. That's a bowling alley, really?
Like a 17% interest rate on it.
That's what I have.
Whoa.
I have like a 21.
She has a 21% interest rate on something. So again, those only exist for like credit card debt or something. I mean, that's fucking nuts. This girl's in debt. She needs a fucking dick in her life.
Fucking horrible. But now my credit's good. Do you think they'll lower it? Is that what refinancing?
You can refinance it, yeah.
But doesn't that make you start back up from when you first purchased it, like month?
No.
No?
It reduces your interest.
But does it make you go back, like you're starting from scratch to pay it off?
No.
That's what I was
What a fucking idiot. What?
told.
No, because what you've already paid is.
This girl be like, I don't need no man. Meanwhile, she has no idea what a refinance is.
You know,
And mind you, I've never had to do that either, because again, credit card debt is crazy.
No, I don't know. Student loans fucked me up. I don't know.
Student loans fucked me up, she says. Tough. She's literally been out of college for at least the better part of a decade talking about student loans.
I paid them off, but still.
You paid them off?
My student loans? Yeah, I paid those off a long time ago.
Then why bitch about them?
I never did that.
You didn't have student.
No, I know. I had service trucks.
Yeah, so what the fuck are you talking about? Go over there, because she doesn't.
Torsia isn't sexually attracted to any man. She just wants to be in love first, then she'll consider sex. This is why 80% of women are consumer debt. Yeah, basically. Torsia, maybe. But that's kind of a good thing, though. I kind of like it if a girl's guarded from sex, because even though that is kind of weird, that it means the low body count. So.
What do you want?
What do you want? I don't want anything.
Oh, you don't want anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think she drives a Scion 2C.
She has really good teeth. We'll give her that. Those teeth are incredible, actually.
Brown, I love brown. White brown or dark brown?
Holy shit, she has a bull shark nose. That thing is horrible. I'm just imagining myself drunk as fuck, okay? Like, think about it. You're at the bar or the bowling alley. You're drunk to the point where if you were to drive, you could damn near catch a felony, okay? That's like how drunk I would have to be. You kind of squint your eyes. She goes from like a 4 to like a 6. You know, bull shark nose turns into like an ugly nose, but not that bad. Think about it. Think about it.
I've been trying to play pool for like the last hour. Just like,
Did she just shake her tits? What the fuck was that?
just like,
She did. She did. Whoa. Down bad. The mental anguish from Torsia to know that she's getting older by the day and yet nobody's here to save her, bro. That is brutal. She likes sex but wants to be emotionally attached to a man first. She doesn't want any more sex without attachment. Well, I mean, that's a reasonable thing to ask. Now, she should have done that from the beginning, hence why she's in this position, but that is right.
Havana Club. Never paying off my student loans. Hey, if you can do the repayment plan, fuck it. Don't ask me twice. I lost this man $200. Not really. Like $170.
Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air. Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead. Are we gonna see the guy? I want to see what he looks like. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Nothing. She's staring at herself, looking around. He's back.
Go get her fucking name.
Hold on, what do you think it is?
Oh, this is the goober. Oh, okay. I can see why. This guy's kind of fat. You see this goober?
Courtney.
You think so?
Courtney, Megan, or...
No, you can't do both.
Or Amanda.
I was thinking Amanda.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Oh, it's gonna be like Crystal. It's gonna be something good. Or Cameron. Alyssa.
Now they're ripping off of fucking first names. Cameron, Alyssa, Jennifer, Crystal. Who cares, dog? Dude, that nose is brutal. Somebody needs to break it and fix it. She needs a rhinoplasty in a major way. She's got to make that fucking bull shark nose go extinct, okay, with a rhinoplasty. The Sahara is where you'd find a nose like that, okay? You don't want to see that in Chicago. You don't want to see that in America.
Yeah. I miss Barton. I just want to like flip a bottle behind my head for fun and hope I can catch it. Not always.
I've never gone about that. Not well rounded in that.
Really? This is Rockford. Welcome.
She finds this goober, the chubby guy, so boring.
I've been around before.
Have you? Oh yeah, you said you had.
I've knocked down a lot of buildings here.
Yeah. Want to go to a haunted place?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Sure. Sounds spooky.
I want ice cream.
What a fucking pussy. So first of all, I don't even know what she said, but he's like, "Are you sure?" Well, yeah, why not? It's spooky. Dude, what are you, 12? What? It's only joking around, never any flirting. She gets too defensive when flirting happens and starts busting balls. Yeah, I can see that.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Spooky. That's super spooky. Oh, yeah.
I bet you. Do you have a line?
A line?
Yeah, a line.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, not a fucking line. The fuck, you degenerate. A lime.
I don't have a line.
Lemon lime.
I don't understand the ranch cups.
It's the same ounce cup. It's 2 ounces.
Is it?
Yeah, the ranch cups. It's 2 ounces. Final answer. Google it. Google it.
I believe it.
It's my only skill. It's too far.
If she went for the nose job instead of implant, she would have been a 6 without a makeup mask. Yeah, real. We're skipping around.
Barbacks. You get people from Vegas. You get the best bartenders like everywhere. So they're like, fuck the barbacks.
Tapping a keg is kind of hard.
It's fucking hard.
I've done it. Like,
So
you didn't fuck it up.
No, I fucked it up because they explained it to me and I wasn't paying attention.
It's not even something you can explain, though.
No,
you
it
have
is.
to, like, be shown.
Yeah, but,
you know what I mean?
But still, like, it's not that hard. Like,
I know, but if you fuck it up, you...
Her sister has the same nose and got married last year, so the nose isn't an insurmountable obstacle. Well, how do you know what her sister looks like? What the fuck?
Fuck it up.
No, I fuck it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You fucked them like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Because it was a smaller keg, but it was skinnier. And it was like right behind the bar over here. And I fucking go to catch it on, and I fucking spray myself.
I get FOMO when I see people do IRL because I'm better than everybody that does it. Like, this is insane. How this guy has her attention, at least like somewhat. And it's not me. It's like, bro, first of all, she's not attractive, so it'd be easy. Like, third, or am I losing track? I derail myself like crazy. I'm like a broken train track. But if you look at me, I mean, I'd have her laughing all the time. You know, also, I'm young enough to where she might not take me as a threat. You know, like at that point, I might raise up. Low key. Now, I'm gassing myself up, but it's real. This fucking goober's not doing jack shit with that pussy. Okay. She has a deep voice. Kind of. Real question. Is that what does the man her sister married look like? What? I've seen pics of her sister. They look similar. I don't even get it.
Yeah, and I was wearing white. And I was like, yeah, the boss was like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. I got fired like a week later.
You think it was because of that?
And because I wouldn't hook up with him, but topic for another day. You think I can get it in?
Don't do that to Tabitha. All right, go now.
The owner. You didn't hear that?
No.
Somebody wouldn't let her go outside to smoke. Like, usually somebody will watch the bar, like a bar manager.
Give you a break.
Yeah, because when you come in and you cover for 5, like when you come in and change during happy hour.
I'm really bummed that counter doesn't correlate.
L content.
Yes, it does. A 22? Are you dumb? You wanna? Oh.
I'll bet you $200.
Let's go. $200 fucking dollars. How far away?
No.
You can just say you want your money back. It's the same
That
way.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it honestly tastes like you're drinking marinara sauce.
Fucking 10 a.m. on a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, but that's why you work. Yeah, but even if you work the mornings when happy hour comes, you make.
They're talking about bartending, by the way. Come on.
Okay, 1 to 1. Rock, paper.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors in their 20s, man.
What do you want?
What do you mean?
You won.
Like how shitty this bowling alley is. They have the fucking they have an old plasma TV like from the 2006 or something where it has like the bouncing little like ooh, oh, is it gonna hit the corner? Oh my god. Okay. She's 29. I think bartending ruined Torsia and made her too defensive. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because of all these fucking pigs, man. This is why, you know, like on one hand, girls are whores, but also men suck too. The caliber of man hitting on Torsia, they're not sending their best. They're chubby. They're not funny. They're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending me. Okay? Frankly, folks, we need a complete shutdown on these fucking barflies. Let's keep going.
Really? Why? It just like allow you to. Really? Oh yeah.
What'd you do to those coasters?
I ripped it.
She's so bored, she's ripping up the coasters.
Price for 300.
Right.
Okay, let's get to the end.
Oh, and it goes crazy bitch. That's it. Or hey.
Hold on. Crazy bitch, but I fucked so hard. I'm on top of it. I'm like, damn. Doing you all night. On top of it. I'm like, damn. Doing you all night. Got this all down my back. Crazy.
This is so bad. This is so bad.
No, I just said no. I didn't. It's a.
Such a red flag.
It's not a red flag.
If you don't know what a
I know what it is. I didn't know what the fuck you were saying.
Crazy bitch. Crazy.
It just ended. What, did her phone die? That is one of the worst IRL streams you'd ever seen, man. What the fuck is that, dog? Bruh. That put me to sleep, TBH. What the fuck? Really? All right. All right. So unless I come up with something in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to end it right there. So let me think. So the torch angle's been exploited. What else is going on? Who else is live? Should I check the Grace thing? No, let me see the live stream. I'm going to stream snipe it, see what's going on. It's what? Enslaved by Truth. Just to see what's going on before I end the stream. I've gone on a lot longer than I intended. I was shooting for like an hour. It's been an hour and 42 minutes. Holy shit. Anyway, let's see this. Speaking of crack, is Destiny X face looking thin?
You gotta see fucking.
Hold on. We have another chat. Not bad for a 5 with no talent is on her Twitter. At least she's self-aware. True. Melina bitch. Melina Twitch. Speaking of crack, is Destiny's X face looking thin? Melina Twitch. I'm not gonna check that. What the fuck? What is it, like noticeable on her Instagram? Maybe I'll pull that up. Let me see what's on her stream. Let me make my screen smaller. Okay. Let's see what Grace is on. She was talking shit about my stream. Let's see how boring this one is. Okay, you got this? Play?
This guy, Deuteral Canonical. His shit is fucking hilarious. Here's one that this one's funny.
What do you say to those who object morally to the smoking of pot? I always like to use the Catholic line, all things in moderation.
With the fucking giant.
I mean, that's one great argument that I use when people ask me about it. I like to use with
Bruh,
God's creation.
this is fucking so this is Catholic humor, by the way. It's Catholic. Dude, this is fucking tough, man. See, so that's why when Grace talks shit, I mean, okay, so I reviewed a Jared Fogle documentary, my colon a Ready Go Politics stream, which was a banger. The other video about Hunter Biden. I reviewed the Torsia stream. Not the best, mind you, but I mean, I survived, yeah? Grace Thorpe is on what seems to be the equivalent of the 2023 Carolina Panthers season, which is this stream over here, Slay by Truth. I mean, it's a shit stream. It's fucking garbaggio. Goddamn. She's looking bored as fuck. I mean, she's a victim. You can just see her. She's struggling.
Hilarious edits, dude. They're so. He did one on Rippinger. Yo, you gotta get Father Rippinger's got to be on there. Did you get Father Rippinger on there?
I didn't. I'll let him. I gotta go, guys. But thank you. I like the idea. Have a good night.
Good
Ha ha ha! Yes, she quit. Yeah, suffer, suffer, bitch.
Father Rippinger. Thanks so much.
She was bored as hell. She was bored as hell.
Father, I jokingly say he's a real based Chad, but he. But you know, Dom was talking before.
Dub, suffer, Catholic, suffer, bish. Yeah, I win. I knew it. Oh, your stream was boring. Talk shit more, bitch. I was right about everything. Bet on yourselves, nigga. I become Jameson Williams. I be gambling on my own games. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, I'm a wide receiver. I'm going to get a touchdown. Bet on it. Wow, great. Get suspended. Whoops. I was disabled at first. They were trying to hate on me. Lalo stream way better than that. Yeah. True. I mean, true. Me reviewing the Jared Fogle stream was good. And Grace might be like, well, you know, you weren't interrupting it enough. Oh, okay. Like, why? Like, if the guy was cooking, he was cooking. You know what I mean? She said your stream was more boring than her stream, too. That's what I'm saying. She was full of shit, man. What I saw was terrible. It was trash. Let's watch some middle-aged men laugh at some Catholic marijuana joke. Even she was like, so now she's going to go to sleep thinking, damn, I was wrong. That's what I hope happens. So, I mean, as Ethan Ralph said, suffer, Grace. Really, though. Because what the fuck? We're going to be here taking any sort of criticism, okay? Y'all got to fucking suffer. Okay? Let's check through the YouTube recommended section, see if there's anything cool before I wrap up. So here's the plan for tomorrow, folks, just so that you guys have a vague idea. So tomorrow, I'm going to be working for like 4 hours, trapping, okay? Then I got to do another 7 hours worth of like not being in home, okay? Quasi work, quasi fun. Then I'll get home like at 8 o'clock my time. Then I can do other stuff. Maybe I'll stream. But I mean, the bottom line is that I had this whole idea on my fucking head. Okay? We had the very first reaction stream to the Breakfast Club. And nothing. I got fells it. It was tough. Anyways, so I'm going to wrap up the stream in 1 minute. I'll wrap up the stream in 1 minute. Any last comments? Courtesy. You know, I'm closing curtains. Let's get it done. So anyway, let's see that. So it's been 10 seconds. Are you going to stream the Nevada election primary shit? Well, South Carolina is this weekend, right? Let me see. South Carolina primary. You've got that coming up February 24th, so it's in 3 weeks. What about Nevada? No, dude, what the fuck? What? Wait, Nevada's before South Carolina. Okay. I literally had it reversed for the past month. I'm a fucking idiot. Holy shit, I feel stupid. Great stream. Thank you, dude. Okay. Am I going to stream the Nevada thing on Thursday? I have my, so I'm the vice president for the state Republicans in U of A. I have those meetings on Thursday. So that what that means is that from like 9 a.m. to 10:30, I'm not home, okay, on Thursdays. That's like the most busy day of my life, okay? On a weekly basis, I'm busy the whole fucking time. You know, so it's for me to suffer. I can't stream. Red Eagle Politics will probably stream it. He's going to make a couple grand off of that too. You already know. So, yeah, if you want to look up that thing, Dead Treb, if you're not already subbed to Red Eagle, you should check that out. He does political stuff in the same vein that I do. In fact, I got inspired from his shit, obviously. Just that mine's a lot more entertaining. He'd concede that. And he'll do presidential predictions. He'll do streams that are topical, like the primary elections. And he knows a lot more about it than I do. He gets paid to do the shit, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway. See y'all on the next stream. Adios. Oh, wait. I'm subbed to Red Eagle and Real American. One of them will stream it, says Dead Tribe. Okay, yeah. You're a Real American fan. Yeah, well. You know, do you want to hear my Real American impression? Adios? Fuck. Okay. I guess you're not gonna hear my my Culver's rap or anything like that because I'm the real American and like I'm really obese. But honestly, folks, look, we need to eat more Butterburgers and my impression isn't that good. Okay, I gotta sound a little more fat and I gotta make it a little more high pitched too. Wait, I gotta look. Okay, wait, I gotta look this up real quick. I need to get the impression right. Real American politics. I've known this jit since like 4 years ago. Okay, this goes way back. Okay, let's listen. Hold on.
As we get closer to the South Carolina primary, Nikki Haley continues to morph into Liz Cheney as she attacks Trump for nonsensical reasons.
Okay, he used to sound more fat back then. He used to sound more fat. He's still probably really fat, but he's like controlled it a little bit, I think. But I mean, my impression was decent. Hold on a second. Let's go to a really old video because that's what I'm basing it off of. I'm basing off of him, you know, like 2020. Let's go by most popular videos. He was low key super clouded up on Twitter like 4 years ago. He was like 16 when he was doing it. It was crazy. Okay, let's go to the 2020 election. Rant on polling. Let's click this one.
Hello everybody, it is me, Real American Politics, here today with a new video. I need to make this video. I'm getting sick of it. I'm absolutely getting sick of these goddamn polls. I just can't take it anymore with these polls. This is just ridiculous what these pollsters are doing. So, I saw that USC updated their polls again. And I knew this is enough. Enough of this nonsense. So, if you don't know, USC was one of the only pollsters that got 2016 correct. Which they kind of didn't, but they predicted Trump was going to win. They were one of the only pollsters to do so. And, well...
So, okay, so see how much more high-pitched the voice used to be? Obviously, I had the same problem. I could pull up one of my old videos as well, and you'll notice the same issue. But, yeah. Provo says, why are you talking so quiet? No, I was listening to an old guy's... I was doing a little member thing. But, yeah, that wasn't me talking. How do I pull up my own videos on my own channel? This is crazy. View your channel. Okay. Let me compare voices real quick. I'll go to something from like 3 years ago. Since, I mean, most of the people that I said to leave have stayed. So let's just play this real quick. We're going to go to oldest video. It's called Joe Biden's health is failing. Okay, let's go. Watch. This is going to be crazy, dog.
Nation progress. You can trust me. Why? Well, this guy is in his mid to late 70s now. He's not even a boomer. He's older than that. And, very obviously speaking, this man is melting like ice cream on a hot summer's day. This guy is perpetually messing up line after line, talking less coherently than Trump is, which is saying a lot for a politician. Now, the Democratic Party does not have a front runner that is not over.
That's actually, dude, what the fuck? Really? That was my voice back then? That's insane. Holy, you know, and I used to wonder why I wasn't like getting clout back then. Holy shit. Holy smokes, bro. That is nuts. Okay, that was the very first video from that era. So that was 4 years ago. I can go to something from 3 years ago. It's called Why Trump's Budget is Terrible.
Hello and welcome to a new video upon which I'm going to designate the subject of the Trump 2021 proposed budget. Now, let me get this clear. The proposed budget is something that is traditionally proposed by the White House and what the executive wants to be done, but it is submitted to the Congress for it to get approved. But, a lot of the times it doesn't come out the way the president would like it to, and it comes out altered or completely scrapped. Now, let me tell you something. Historically speaking, when it's an opposing guy in the White House as to what the party...
Also, another thing was that I was whispering in the videos because I was like, okay, I don't remember. I vaguely remember that 59 views. Yeah. 3 years ago. I used to kind of edit these too a little bit, but yeah. I used to whisper in the mic because I didn't have the correct like audio, but anyway. Oh, look at this. Wait, no way. So this was 3 years ago. This was February of 2020, so 4 years ago. This guy says, "Are you going to AFPAC?" I say, "No, Nick blocked me for calling him out for being gay." Real. Real. See? People are like, "You're a griper, bro." That was 4 years ago. I was on that shit already. You've gotten better, God bless. So true. That is insane, though, how bad the fucking... I was grinding. Dude, I was slumming it the fuck out. This video got 10 views. Granted, these thumbnails were fucking terrible, okay? But, I mean, I was slumming it. I was actually really... Well, I wasn't really trying, but, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, it's fucking nuts. What's my channel then and what's my channel now? It's a lot of growing pains, okay? Great thumbnails. I mean, they were tacky, but they were funny. I used to use, like, paint or something like that. It looks like I scribbled them with my, like, pinky. And I mean, that's kind of close to being true. But, yeah, I mean, this is insane. This is insane. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's trippy. I'm too tired to look through the shit, but, I mean, that's kind of crazy to look back on it all. But, anyways, guys... I said an extra minute. I gave y'all another 9. So it is what it is, folks. I'll see y'all in the next video. Adios. Well, actually, next stream. Okay, I'm more likely to do a stream maybe tomorrow night. So anyway, bye.